what's the general dummy operation? What's that around? I would. Not only would I'd actually I've done a lot of first time I did not only actually necessary, but not and I feel like
Dog. Well. Oh, dog. Well, hand me that guitar. Hand me that guitar, dog. Let's get this show on the road. Here's one you'll know. Hey everybody, it's me, Scoutmaster Demi. It's so nice to see you. I don't think this lighting is very good at the moment, but you know, whatever. We'll take what we can get. Hope everyone's doing really well. Like I said in the chat, today was a long day but a good day. So basically, I decided to be a part-time substitute teacher to start making a little more moolah on the side. Today was my first assignment. It was not a difficult assignment. You know, it was basically like, I felt like a babysitter. I felt like, basically had like, you know, 2 class periods where we just watched Night at the Museum 1 and 2. So I'm now very familiar with the Night at the Museum lore. If anyone wants to test me, I can answer those questions with aplomb, except for the animated movie, which I haven't seen. But still, some good stuff nonetheless. It was a lot of fun. And after that, we basically, well, there was a prep period too. So I actually only had like 2 out of 3 periods. So that was pretty nice. Like at Cocoa Bean's like, we need subs. I bet. I was actually really surprised, Cocoa Bean, because I finished my quote-unquote training like 2 days ago. And I like basically immediately got called like trying to find assignments. So that really surprised me. But, you know, happy to help. And I think it's a really nice job because, you know, it's part-time. It's opt-in. You know, I can still do traveling and I can still focus on stream days. But, you know, if I ever wake up in the morning and feel like, you know, I really want to be a babysitter, you know, I can basically make that money. So very, very good stuff. But yeah, hope everyone is doing well. DJ Rez, hello, my friend from Germany. It's so nice to see you. I'm sure it's, gosh, it's probably like really bright and early for you, isn't it? It's probably like way, way early in the morning. Thank you very much for those purchases. I can't wait to get those out to you. Give me just a little bit to do that, but I will definitely do it. Which I'm really excited. 2 a.m. Yeah, 2 a.m. Wow. Was hoping when you said night, it would be the Night of the Living Dead. Imagine, just imagine. That'd be great. Hope you're doing well as well, Cowbell. Always great to see Cito. Cito, I'm sorry, I never got back to you about hanging out this weekend. Do you want to do something next weekend? I'm kind of down. Or honestly, dude, if you're free any weekdays that I guess I'm not subbing or whatever, I would also love to hang out over the weekdays. Let me tell you, I'll order us a nice pizza and some nice food because, you know, there's some stuff that I could definitely use a helping hand with. But of course, we definitely got to go hang out and do some LA stuff too. Do I have office hours? Yeah, office hours are right now, 5 until whenever. Coco G, it's nice to see you too. Got the Cocoa Bean Coco G combo. If we can get a shout out for them, that'd be really great. I know Chagras was telling me all about, oh my gosh, what's the most recent game? Oh my gosh, I'm so blanking. I hung out with him very briefly a few days ago. We went to UPS and got some like Panda Express together. Gosh, what game are you guys playing? You guys just let me know. I'm sorry I haven't been around as much to pop in myself, but hope you guys are doing well. And for real, DJ Rez, thank you very much for the salute. DJ Cha, nice to see you. Not DJ Cha, but just Guardian Cha. Negs at the Cool Cat. I'm going to start up the game. So, it is Groundhog Day, right? It is Groundhog Day, which is very exciting. And because it's Groundhog Day, I was thinking, what DS game is more appropriate than Animal Crossing? Especially when you consider that Animal Crossing is, oh my gosh, that sound takes me back. Especially when you consider that Animal Crossing is not really a game that you beat, you know? So I feel like if I give it a good world today, that'll probably count for me, quote-unquote, beating it. Or playing it, I guess. I'm just trying to play them. I'm not trying to beat them all. But let's go ahead and hit new game. So I think we'll try to see Reseti as many times as possible. And I'm not sure how to do it on my quote-unquote legitimate hardware. I think, like, if you turn off the game without saving, typically that triggers Reseti, but I don't know how that would work on my quote-unquote legitimate hardware. I know changing the calendar usually works, too. But again, I don't know how to do that outside of this. So we'll see if we can actually make it happen. It'd be kind of funny if we just can't get Reseti on our legitimate hardware. Oh, look at that. Wow, okay, so this does seem to have, it does seem to draw the time based off the, wow. No, I'm impressed. It draws it off the computer just like Cabal thought. That is the time of day. I didn't trust this clock. I had to send it to sleep with the fishes. Speaking of fishies, they could swim in this road. The rain be merciless. I know. Well, 'tis a crying shame considering you came all the way out here. Gar, now wait a minute. Ye wee snapping turtle, I never got your name. Okay, I'm going to be Demi, but does anyone have any fun ideas for what I should name my village? What should we name our village? Again, I'm probably not going to play it that much. Sure, we'll change the time in-game. Yes, I do think that's true. I do think that's true. Yes, because I remember that being a feature in the, in like the phone, I think. Fond of the name Demi. It's burly, it's cute. I think this is a guy or girl question. As cute of an... I think Demi is a cuter name than a burlier name, but I think that is... I think that is what that is. Well, burly be as burly do, as me old grand turtle used to tell me. Anyway, 'tis a strong name for a strong-looking boy. Right on. Yar, I just be cruising around like an oarless dinghy here. Tell me, where is it you want to be going? Alright, what should we name it? This is very legitimate hardware. Very. This is the most legitimate hardware you've ever seen. I own this game. Not that that means much, but... where are we going? How about... I guess we're going to Twitch. Oh, camp is good too. Texas. I like it. We're going to camp. Just camp. That's where we're heading to. Yar har har. Just a wee joke, you scrod. Camp, right? Oh, Demicon is funny too. Camp Demicon. I like camp. We'll call it camp for now. So tell me, Demi, why are you setting sail for camp? Oh, wow. I could be real rude to Cap'n. Moving, are ye? Yar, yar, Demi. You're at the wondering age. Yar, got to ask, why would a minnow like yourself pick camp? I mean, it's got its charms, but it's way out in the middle of nowhere. So what exactly was it about old camp that made you choose it? I guess... Wow. Why would I go... I guess if you wanted to actually go to a camp, the beach would be a good answer. Yar, yar, I get ye. That'd be boy logic there. Yar, har, har. Listen, not to change this... Wait, what? Is Cap'n like looking at girls at the beach? Listen, not to change the subject, Demi, but... Ye don't look like you brought too much money with you. You have enough to get settled. Kinda. Nar, don't ever care. If you haven't the booty for your fare, I'll just have to make you work it off, you scallywag. Yar, har, har, har. Yar, well. Have a look. There, camp ho, end of the line. And hey, would you look at that? Looks like the blasted rain's even letting up. I like how we had rain just for a little mood with Cap'n. The border. Wait, that's true. Just want to go to the border. Oh, I'm a pretty generic looking guy. Yo ho ho, me hearty, we made landfall. Welcome to camp. You got any questions? You'll be wanting to head to the town hall right there. Best of luck to you, Demi. Wow, look at this frame rate. Good old DS. Well, this is Camp's Town Hall. So, what is it I can do for you today? I came by cab. Oh, goodness gracious. You must be Demi. I'm pleased to meet you. My name's Pelly, and I'm a clerk here in the town hall. Pelly is so cute. Tom Nook was kind enough to tell me all about you, Demi. He informed me that in order for new residents to feel welcome, he's prepared a residence just for them. Yes, it is a touch modest, of course. Tom Nook has certainly been in a giving mood lately, I must say. Anyway, I'm sure you're anxious to see your home. Is that it? Pelly must know that Tom Nook is quote-unquote giving houses to people. We should make a good town tune. Does anyone actually know music? Joey, Static, and Daisy. I don't know any of them. I don't know any of these villagers. Well then, Demi, I hope you can use this map to find your new home. Oh wait, do you know how to pull your map out? Sure. Alright then. Goodbye, and please come again. Does anyone know how to actually make music? I'm super down for a good town tune. This is very important. Look at this frame rate. I guess we should fill up some oranges. That's just like an easy 300 bells right there. I guess I actually probably should look at the map, shouldn't I? I love how the top screen is so worthless in this game. Oh, is it just up top? Oh no, that's the town hall. In this game, the top screen is just like sky that like very rarely is a thing. Let's see. Nope, that's to talk to people. For some reason, I can't save right now. Yeah, I mean, I know, gang, I know there are balloons. It's like, balloons show up like once every like 2 hours. They're pretty, it's pretty low key, I would say. Not at the moment. Okay, so I should visit my house first. I want to visit my neighbors too. I can't save, so I definitely can't. Oh, it's a snowman! Oh, I forgot you can make snowmen. Right, because it's freaking February. I can't believe it. It's okay. We'll visit that later. My house is kind of in the middle of nowhere. There it is. Very modest. And traps people and only pays in currency that can be used there. This is true. It's basically Monopoly money. He hands you... except he's the Monopoly mayor. Hey, ho, you there! You're Demi, yes, the youth that ordered the splendid house. Phew, I'm so glad you made it on time. So what do you think? Looks quite cozy and comfortable, It's okay. You'll get used to it soon enough, not to worry, Hey, Retro, nice to see you. Allow me an introduction. My name is Tom Nook, and I run the store in town. In addition to running the store, I build and remodel existing homes. I built your house just as you ordered, so I trust you'll pay it off, Once you paid it off, it's all yours, Demi. Ah, yes, of course, the question of cost. Well, the total comes to a mere 19,800 bells. Are you serious? I can't pay that. Oh, ho, 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 not to worry, I wouldn't ask you to pay it off all at once. Every time you lie down in bed in your attic, your progress will be saved. So just pay it off bit by bit every day at the town hall. That's all I ask, I'm gonna cry. Worry not, If you want to know more about making money, I'll tell you. Yes, actually, I could explain it to you, but it's better to learn through living than listening, yes? Why don't you come work part-time at my shop, You'll earn some money and learn about living in town. 2 birds, 1 stone, Yes, yes, what a great idea. Absolutely top-notch, yes. It's official. Why don't you come by the shop in a little bit, then, If you don't know where the shop is, then check your map. It's simple, yes? Well then, I'll be waiting for you at the store. Come on by. How's the run so far? It's pretty good, Retro. We're just hanging around. I don't even know if we can really call it a run. We're hanging. We have to learn how to save the game so that Mr. Reseti. Oh, here we go, actually. Hold up. Before I save, though, let's try this town tune. Kokoji was kind enough to provide a town tune. I wonder if I can do it right now or if I have to finish the tutorial. The old camp needs a good town tune. This is very true. Also, we definitely need to build a snowman. I'll have to remember, it's kind of by the border, which is funny for Texas, as Gabo mentioned. I wonder if I can instantly sell stuff to him. That'd be good to know. Taki, it is so nice to see you, man. Oh, this girl, is that Daisy? Oh, we have a little beagle, Bow Wow. I'm Daisy. I love to go dig up fossils, I think, Bow Wow. I don't know if that's your idea of fun, but we can hang out all the same. Look at her. She's so cute. We have a cute little Bow Wow. Whoa, look at this. This is Joey, a duck? Are you serious? Do we actually... I think we have some top-tier, like, villagers. I'm actually, like, blown away. Who are you, Black? Demi, huh? I'm Joey. People always say not to talk to strangers, but I know you now, so let's chat. Wow, look at that. We got Joey and we've got, Daisy. Those are actually some top-tier villagers right there, I'm pretty sure. At least in my book. Whoa, S-Rank Diamond Ice. I love that, Taki. Taki, I can't wait to get to Star Force. We've been playing Star Force Deluxe, which has been pretty fun. Started on Monday. But I'm looking forward to get to 3 eventually. Kirito, I'm doing really well, man. I hope you're doing well too. Happy Friday, everybody. How were all of your Fridays? Did anyone work hard? Anyone have any fun stories? All right then. First things first. You'll need to change into these work clothes. If you must know, everyone who works here is required to wear a uniform. All right, we got to change. Tom Nook did not even like remotely tell me how to do it, but thankfully I do know how to change. Persona 3 Reloaded, I can't wait. By the way, does the game start in March or April? Like the in-game calendar? I have to ask you to empty my pockets. Make room for 7 items. Oh, 5 items, okay. Gotta wait. We gotta drop some stuff on the ground. Right, it was good, nothing new. I still can't believe Persona Reload is a day 1 Game Pass game. That's like phenomenal. Like I don't even understand. Like, I guess just a lot of like high profile games just get the Game Pass treatment. Plant some trees around my house. The shopping experience is greatly enhanced by clean and alluring surroundings. I'm counting on you to give the space a little charm indeed. Just say the word when you're done. Wait, Bambi was in the public domain? Bambi the Reckoning. This is like the Winnie the Pooh stuff, huh? That's actually so funny. Alright, we're gonna start here planting flowers. I did not know Bambi was in the public domain. You think March? I have to double check if it's... Because I had this idea to do, like... To play Persona Reload... Where my real life is like the in-game calendar. So I could only play like once a day, basically. And so I would have to prep it in either March or April, so that's why I was kind of curious. Okay, also, it's possible I could change the town tune, but I think let's finish the tutorial. So as you get the ground, some charming character. I suppose I'll have to trust your sense of style, won't I, Demi? Oh, how silly. I just remembered something I'd completely forgotten. You've only just arrived here. Have you introduced yourself? Let you take a little break. Introduce yourself to your neighbors and my customers. And don't forget to introduce yourself to the mayor, too. You should be out for a walk near the town hall. On your way, and no dawdling. It's the same team. How is it? Winnie the Pooh. Blood and Honey, and then freaking Bambi. That's funny. I had no idea Bambi So I guess Bambi is not an original Disney story? Or is Bambi just like that old? No, it can't because Steamboat Willie is that old. Let's take a look at Static. Static's like on the right, bottom right, I guess. But we gotta visit the mayor anyway, so we'll go say hi to the mayor. Thanks, Kokoji. I don't know. I'm just out here being silly, picking some weird stuff. Well, okay. So it is April. Yeah, no, it won't. Definitely, I'm not gonna be able to match the year. But I think matching the date, right? I think matching the date is kind of fun. April. So that means I got like a good 2 months before I have to think about it. 8th of April, got it. I have to mark that on my calendar. April 8th. Let me ask you a question. Of these four, who do you respect the most? Definitely the mayor. You mean me? Now that's a good answer. You're quite wise for one so young. What's your name? Demi, eh? That's a fine name. I'm Tortimer, and I'm the mayor of camp. On holidays and days when events are going on, you'll see me. I'll be waiting for you in the plaza. Horf. He's cute. Alright, let's see if we can actually... Wait. Actually, I think... Is it the bulletin board where you do the music? Okay, maybe not. Let's talk to Pelly. Let's see. Maybe we can do it. Let's see if we can put in Kokoji's music here. Is this the Camp Civic Center? Oh, we can! Want to create your own town tune? Alright, here we go. I should really finish P5R. This is true. Oh man, I've been so bad. I've been a bad boy. CDF. CDF. DA. A. Okay. G. G. CDF. C. D. FDG. F. D. Why are there two D's and two G? Like, is it? I guess one's lower than the other. Is that what that is? That what that is? To have all those different ones. What is that from? What is this song? Oh, high F. I'm sorry. Hold up. Here we go. I just saw that. Wait, wasn't that high F? Because that's high E. I only see one F. I don't know if there's another F. Lower C and D. Okay. Okay, DJ knows. DJ is a musician. So he definitely knows. Should I lower all of them? So you're not just D and C, it's not just C and D, but also the others too. Here. Let's take a... Okay, let's lower them all. So that's D. That's low D. Low A. Low A. Low G. I think that's low C. Let's see if there's another C now. That's low C. Higher A. Okay, higher A. Is that what, like, A sharp is? When people say stuff like A sharp? I'm sorry, that's a dumb question. I'm legitimately curious. I don't know nothing about music. What is this song? What is... I feel like a bad gamer. What is that? A sharp is the black key. Oh, hold up. Higher A and higher G. Okay. So here's higher A. Oh, wait, but that was... I think, hold up. It was AAG. So that I did that. Let's see. What is that from? That's gonna really bother me. I like that tune though. Wait, it's never gonna give me up? Wait. Wait. Let's listen to that again. Let's listen to that again. How did everyone know that instantly? Oh, wait, no, hold up. Wait. Pelly, listen up here. Listen up here, Pelly. We have to really talk about this. Never gonna give you up, never gonna put you down. Slam dunk. All right, good stuff. The camp is coming out real nicely. All right, we got to finish our Tom Nook chores. Definitely got to do that. Oh, yeah, and we got to talk to Static, too. I think Static lives down here. Static's house. Static is in. Let's take a peek at Static. Whoa, funky squirrel. Whoa, who's that? Who are you? Demi, I haven't heard that one before. Static has a really deep voice. I'm gonna tell you something, so listen up. I'm Static, and I have to walk around. Got it, Krizit? Wow. What a house. What a... I'm not sure what to say about that one. Alright. But I... You know what? You can't win them all. You can't win them all, right? That's just impossible. Joey and Daisy are both pretty good. Don't just give them a nod and hello. Have a little chit-chat. What, are you serious? You want me to still just chat? I thought Tom Nook, you are really busting my chops here. Tom Nook. Alright, Static is back up here. Oh, so Tommy, what are you doing here? Because I'm here to talk. Stop right there and put your hands up. This is camp security. I've never seen you around before. Yep, you definitely look kind of shady. I'm going to have to run a background check on you, so answer my questions. Your name is Demi? Let me run you through the system. It says here that you're wanted in 3 towns for Grand Theft Coconut. Wait a minute. You're that heinous villain, the Coconutter. At least I think. You better tell me your date of birth, because they're like, well, actually. They're like, actually. You were born on February 16th. You must be, your sign's Aquarius. That means you're not even that thieving insano the Coconutter after all. Aw, you're not even wanted for a petty fashion infraction. Fine, you can go now. But I'll have my people watching you, because... Here we go. Never gonna give you up. Thanks, Retro. Come here, Daisy. Hey there. Bow wow. Damn, have you seen any fruit trees around town? If you want some fruit, you pretty much just shake them loose, or you can tap the screen. You don't have to eat them either. You can sell them for quick cash. Or if you'd rather bury it, another fruit tree will grow. Bury enough and have your own farmer's market in no time. Wow, wow. Say goodbye to sun, Black. So, what can I do for you, Black? Listen, if you want to plant fruit, you'll need a shovel. They sell them at Tom Nook's store. He also sells rods to catch fish. He has all the latest and greatest tools there. Bzz. What's the easiest way to make money in this game? I know in the GameCube one, you can put in, like, basically cheat code passwords to get stuff in the mail. I don't think this game is as exploitable. I mean, turnips are probably the best way to make money, but hey, unfunny. I have to be the last person still getting rickrolled. Ain't that the truth? Alright. Time to deliver this furniture to Daisy. Go on. And don't stop to chew the fat along the way. Go straight there and come straight back and let me know as soon as you're done, yes? And funny, how is your Friday going? I think Taki told me his Friday was alright, but how's everyone else's Friday doing? Are we all, are we feeling the old TGIF? Thank goodness. Okay, where did Daisy go? Do I have to go to her house now? She was just here. That little Daisy. Oh, there she is. Nice night out, isn't it, Bow Wow? So, what can I do for you, Bow Wow? Got a delivery. Wait, unfunny, is today your birthday, or is it your birthday's coming up? Oh, I didn't think you'd be the one to deliver this, Bow Wow. Oh, Nook's got you working for him, does he? That must be rough on you. Probably hasn't even given you any time to move in properly. Hey, that reminds me. I had a little housewarming gift for you, Bow Wow. It's nothing extravagant, a classic bed to make your place more cozy. Yesterday? I guess I wasn't streaming yesterday to... Oh. Well, happy belated birthday, dude. Why don't you put that in your house? You could probably use more stuff. Once you set it down, it's easy to move it wherever you want it to be. You can even see yourself on the touchscreen, right? So touch your image, grab whatever's in front of you. Don't pick up that stylus, just drag it and move it away. Officially a quarter, 25 years young. I love it. Happy 25th, dude. That is a great year to be because you can still be covered under parental insurance. Next year is when things get a little more rough, you know. 26. Ugh. The folks who get the job done get more stuff to do. That's true. 25 is a good year. Personalized pitch to my valued customer, Joey. Start with a word of gratitude for his patronage. Yes, you can write it on this stationery. You can mail letters at the post office. Be quick about it. I will not tolerate sloppy work. Alright, we're gonna let... We gotta let Joey know. We gotta let him know all about the sales. Dear Joey. How are you? How are you? Did whoops. Did you whoops. Did you know Tom Nook? You had to get your own insurance this year. Oh no. Oh man. Oh man, that's the big old rip for sure. Did you know Tom Nook is having a sale? I realize I could probably use my stylus, couldn't I? Oh, yikes. I don't like that. Can I go back and delete stuff? There we go. Oh, yikes. Oh gosh, this is bad. Okay, I don't like this. I really messed this up. Did you know? Okay, that was actually not bad. Did you know Tom Nook is having a sale? Okay, did you know Tom Nook is having a sale? Let me try using my quote-unquote stylus here. Oh, wow, look at this. He is great. And so are... And so are you. Salute. Nice. Dear Joey, how are you? Did you know Tom Nook is having a sale? He is great, and so are you. Salute from Demi. Yeah, I wonder how to do that, Cha. That's probably it must be an OBS setting. Which is weird, because I am on game, I'm on game and not window capture. I wonder, does anyone know how to do that? Does anyone know how to actually, like, not show your mouse on the bottom screen? Well, even though you might be using it? Okay, we gotta deliver it, I believe, in the actual mail. So let's go to Town Hall. Is there a mailbox out here? Okay, now we're good. Alright, well, let's go drop it off to Pelly. The Camp Civic Center. Oh, just kidding. I guess not. Oh, here we go. We gotta be on the mail side. This is the window for the town post office. What can I do? I'd like to mail a letter. Thank you. Do you have anything else to mail? That's it. Alrighty then, we look forward to serving you again. Yeah, I'm hearing the freaking never gonna give you up to. Did I type all that? I wonder if you could just say Tom Nook sale. That's true, but I want Joey to know that I really care about him. Okay, because if I just say Tom Nook sale, he's gonna think that I'm just another corporate sellout, you know. But me, I'm here for Joey, and I'm here for Daisy. I'm not here for Static, but you know, I want him to know that I give him the old thumbs up. Took a little longer than expected. Folks in camp love getting mail if you don't know how to send one. It'll come back to bite you later. Now then, your next task will be to deliver a carpet. No slacking off, understand? The carpet is going to Static, so I need you to get it there. And don't think you can just dilly-dally just because I'm not watching you. No idle chit-chat along the way either. You understand me, yes? What? No idle chit-chat either. He is such a slave driver. I'm starting to really believe what Cowbell's saying. He's like, he's all about entrapment tactics. Come move in to our area and be burdened by debt. To be fair, his debt does not accrue interest. It's a pretty nice debt, but, yo, Demi, so tell me, what are you doing around here? 'Cause actually, I've got a little carpet for you, Static. You're late and I'm sick of waiting around for you, Chris. Late faces like you probably don't know this because you're always late. But a lot of your house's style depends on the carpet and wallpaper. I bet you don't even know what a carpet is, so go on, take this old checker tile. Look, I know Tom Nook's doing his best, but honestly, having only one store in town is so annoying. He does try to stock new items, but I hate having to check the store every day. And if I have to buy something, I know I'll never see it again, so I gotta go there tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. True. That is what happens. Small of $1 million. Yes. Sounds like an Amazon manager. I mean, if you think about Tom Nook's, like, style, he definitely likes to expand. Right? He's an expansion kind of guy. He's definitely a capitalist. It is quite funny though, because we basically buy stuff from him, but we also just sell everything from him. So it's like, it's just a circle. It's just a closed loop with him. Looks like you're finally getting the hang of things around here. Why, if you keep this up, I might consider offering you a permanent position. Next, I need you to deliver a watering can to Joey. And don't get any ideas. No using the products you're delivering to others. If you get the urge to water withering flowers, you have to do it on your own time with a can that you buy with your own money. Since that's cleared up, get out there and show the world how well you deliver, and let me know when you're done, yes? Uh-oh, what's speaking of Amazon? What is speaking of Amazon? Wait, you know what I realized? If we watch KK's credits, it's like we beat the game. I think we'll have to change our date to tomorrow so that we can get a little KK action. Say goodbye to the sun, Mr. Black. Right, what was in the package? Oh, I forgot about that. Wait, actually, I did forget about that. We should open that up. You know what? Hold up. Why don't we save it out? Let's save it out just a little bit. Let me get one Mr. Reseti. Oh wow, we got that letter so fast. How are you? Did you know Tom Nook's having a sale? He is great, and so are you. Salute. Everyone at camp loves to get letters. In fact, we get together almost daily to brag about the letters we received. If you aren't careful, your letters might get passed to people in another town. Then they'll be laughing at all your love letters. Well, shucks, Joey. He leaves and sells what you sell him for real money. That's true. He's like a launderer. He's basically like laundering money. He's just trying to like make all of his like illicit money legitimate by going through these like closed cycles of buying and selling with me. Have you seen the bulletin board? I want you to post a nice advertisement in my shop on that bulletin board. You don't have to think too hard about it. Anything will do. Just write something the kids these days will think is catchy and cool. Alright. Don't erase it. I need to write something that kids will think is catchy and cool. Alright. Wait, what was the Japanese doc? People, GameStop tried to... What? How much were they asking you for a doc? Unfunny. You post rude things about Tom. You're like, you know, that guy Tom gave me a house, huge loan. Alright, here we go. So an advertisement for Tom Nook that all the kids will think is cool and catchy. Hey, PogChamps. Hey, PogChamps. It's... Where's the apostrophe? Here we go. It's me, Mr. Beast. Have you tried? Have you tried my new Beastables? Hold up, wait, we gotta go back out here. Have you tried my new Beastable bars? Only at Tom Nook's. I love it. I think the kids will think this is really catchy. Oh, wait, hold up. No cap. There we go. That's it. That's what the kids will think is new and catchy. Hey, PogChamps, it's me, Mr. Beast. Have you tried my new Beastable bars? Only at Tom Nook's. No cap. Oh, that's true. It does say written by Demi. That's true. I guess they'll know immediately it's me and not Mr. Beast. Bummer. Hey, Sid the kid is lurking. How are you, Sid? Sid caught me in the middle of telling all the kids what's cool and catchy. Just 500 bells. That's it. A measly 500 bells. Welcome back. You come with something good? Good, good. Well done. Well, you're done. All that stacked up work I needed. Oh, whoa. What the heck? What the heck just happened? Okay, wow, that was scary. All the stacked up work I had done needing doing is done. Since I'm no longer having any work for you, I'm afraid I'll have to lay you off. Huh? What's that? Your mortgage? Well, of course you'll still have to pay every last bell of it back. If I deduct your wages so far, 1,400 bells, you'll have 18,400 left. Since there's no more work for you to do here, you'll have to find other methods. But you can sell anything you don't need and save up money that way. And of course, if you don't want to sell anything, just let me know. I pay top bell. You may also be able to make a living running errands for the townsfolk. If you help them without much grumbling, they may just reward you. Oh, make payments at the town hall by depositing them into my account. Once you paid off your loan, we can talk about remodeling your house. It's quite small now. I'm sure you'd like more space to stretch out. Thanks for your hard work, but your work is done here. But I hope to see you in my store again soon to shop, of course. Yes, yes. Hey, saying things. Nice to meet you. Yahoo! It's nice to meet you. I'm done with work. Now I'm free. And yes, hello, my good friend, Mr. Sleazy. It's nice to see you too. I missed that. I only saw Sid's at the very top. Gotta call him again. You still haven't gotten a refund. Yikes. Well, I wonder how much was the Japanese Nintendo Switch. All right, let's go ahead and sell this junk. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of that. Saying things. What are your favorite things that you like to say? I'm sure no one's ever asked you that before. All right, how about we sell all of these oranges? We will sell. Yeah, this is probably fine. Yeah, we can sell that stuff too. Ooh, no, this shirt's probably better than my work shirt. 2,250. Actually, not bad. That was more bells than I expected. There we go. Many things. How about some of your favorite games and movies, like my little Club Scout bot ass? I'm very curious. And what do you say on YouTube? Because I see the Y2 in your name. Alright, I'm going to go ahead. I think we're going to try seeing Mr. Reseti. So let's save. In fact, actually, I kind of wonder what would happen if we just tried turning it off. I wonder if it'll read it just like it does in the actual DS. It's a long save. I guess it's the first save. I'll give it that. The first time is always the hardest. There we go. You know what game has a long save time? Is Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. The globe effect. Cavo, when you say the globe effect, do you mean the do you mean like just like the frame rate as you move around? Please wake up your player, who you'll notice is sleeping on the bed. Wow, I forgot about this. Also, choose the phone to select your settings. They belong everything, so true. Yeah, Diamond and Pearl's very slow. Okay. Let's see what happens if I just close it out like that. Will it work? The old Reseti way. Nintendo. That's right. Chansey's health bar and Diamond and Pearl is unbearable. Unbearable. Oh, Mega Man games. No wonder you met us. I love that saying. You will definitely fit in very well here, I have to say. We're playing Star Force DX every Monday for Mega Monday. And I make, yeah, I'm sure you know, but I make little Mega Monday videos too. Risk of Rain I've heard of. I think that's the game that has a lot of QuickTime events, right? It's like a PlayStation 3 game. But maybe I'm totally wrong. I could be totally wrong. I get a lot of the PS3 era games mixed up a lot. Yeah, the HP going down is like unbearable. Same thing with like the like leftovers animations. Like as you use items, oh my gosh, it takes forever. Yes! Yeah, so hold up. Reseti's definitely got a New York accent. Let's have a bad accent here. Yeah, so hello there. Let me introduce myself. Name's Reseti. Mr. Reseti. You and me, we met before at the museum, something like that? Yeah, whatever. I guess I ought to thank you for buying this game, Animal Crossing Wild World. I definitely bought this game. Yeah, so, on behalf of everyone at Nintendo, what was next again? Forget it. I ain't reciting that stupid line again, I give up. Let's get down to business, what do you say? You and me gotta talk a bit here. I gotta let you in on why I came to visit. You follow me, Bright Eyes? When you quit playing last, how'd you do it? You do anything unusual, maybe? Like, I don't know, you turned the power off without saving, anything like that? Huh? I didn't hear what you said there. You did. You quit without saving. I knew it. Don't tell me. I'll tell you, pal. That's the reason. That's why I'm here. If you're gonna turn the power off, you gotta save first. Come on, use your head. Didn't old man Nook do this routine on how you can save in the attic? If that's too much work, you got to start right there. Lazy bones. Just shutting down is the same as resetting, and you know what that means? Yeah, I got a tunnel out here and lecture you. Got it? Good, don't forget. So tell me something. You even know what resetting does to your playtime? It vanishes it. All that time you spent playing, poof, gone, bye-bye. No big deal, huh? Maybe it was just a minute of your life. What do I know, right? Well, I'll tell you what this mole knows. You gotta treasure life every second. Now, don't even talk to me about no other games neither. This ain't another game. This is Animal Crossing Wild World. We encourage you not to do stuff like that. Hey, I know what you're thinking. This is my game. I can do whatever I want. Look, I hear you, pal, loud and clear, but we got rules here. They ain't negotiable. Did I explain that slow enough for you? Yeah? We clear here? Good. Seeing as this is your first offense, I'm gonna let you off easy this time, okay? But you ought to know, kid, I'm going out of my way to be friendly here. That's right, friendly. Normally, well, I got some anger management issues. I was born with a short fuse. I don't try to be mean or scary or nothing, but some people are real sensitive. Hey, excuse me. Just trying to scratch out a living here. I ain't a goblin, you know. But hey, fear and loathing comes the hard hat, so boo. Yeesh. Look at the time. I gotta get tunneling. Here's hoping I don't have to see you no more, but I'm warning you. I gotta talk to you again, punk, and I'm gonna be wearing my angry hat. It is one ugly hat, too. You'll get straight up, high-octane mad mole. No cream, no sugar, punk. And don't you forget it, now scram. Alright, well. We're gonna do that again. Let's see how many times we can get unique dialogue out of Mr. Reseti. That was fun. It's alright, we got lectured. We got lectured. Mr. Reseti's great. Can someone explain why it's the worst thing to do? You just get increasingly long lectures from him. It's not really that bad. You don't get, like, penalized or anything, but, like, the lectures get longer and longer. That's the punishment. I guess they got rid of him in the Switch one. Maybe the 3DS one, too. You! Hold it right there, punk. What did you do? Huh? Tell me what you did. What am I talking about, huh? Don't you play dumb with me, don't you dare. Before you turn the power off, save. You gotta save. I know you knew that. Don't even lie to me. When you power down without following procedure, know what happens? I get lights and sirens playing and electric mambo at HQ. Kinda hard to miss. Gotta relax. Deep breath. I can see now. You don't listen too well. Well, clean out your ears, Demi. Life's serious. Come, happy mole. You hear me? Serious. Cool, dark tunnel. Release the anger. You're gonna give me health problems, punk. Don't be such a twerp. Okay, listen, everybody. And I mean everybody makes mistakes. That's just life. And maybe you didn't plan to do this. Maybe this is all a big misunderstanding. Yeah, it's possible. But you know something? It don't make a clot of difference. Think about it, will ya? What, you want to fix all the things that go wrong? You want to snap your fingers and erase your screw-ups? Sure, who don't? I mean, I wish I hadn't dropped out of dental school. Good money there. I really wish I hadn't washed my white boxers with my red sweatshirt. But, is turning the power off without saving gonna change any of that? Of course it ain't, punk. That kind of thing only happens in video games. In real life, in the real world, it ain't happening. And that's normal. Hear me? That's the way it is, right? It's taking whatever comes your way, the good and the bad, that gives life flavor. It's all that stuff rolled together that makes life worth living. Turning the power off because you didn't get an item you really, really wanted? Or trying to backtrack and avoid some kind of sticky situation? That's pathetic. Come on, Demi. Stop playing like that. Stop living like that. I mean, grow up, will you? You're better than this. You know anybody who's got a perfect life? Course not, because nothing's perfect. So I'll say it one more time, and I hope you really hear me this time. Mistakes and disappointment make the sweet things in life that much sweeter. You gotta take everything life throws at you. Roll with the punches, hear me? Deal with the consequences of your actions, because life ain't no video game. You hear? You feel the irony, punk? Ah, for the love of dirt. What's with a face, punk? You think I need that look? You got that. How long is this guy gonna keep yapping at me face? Yeah. Well, wipe it off, ingrate. You're lucky I ain't more mad, you dirty resetter. Ah, whatever. All this tunneling barking's got me beat. I'm done with you, kid. I'm cutting you loose. But you gotta promise me, when you're done playing, you'll save before you turn the power off. Save! You got that? Oh, and before I forget, one last thing. Wash your hands after you go to the bathroom. We clear? Good. Now scram. Oh, he's got different functions in the other ones too, huh? What are the different functions in the other ones? Friends caught the game without doing it. Oh, gosh. Reseti stole his face. Holy cow. He's in New Horizons. This is sad. According to a Meshable interview, Reseti's been laid off of work and must find new work as the autosave function makes resetting impossible. Oh, no. Alright, well, let's get it. Let's... Poor Reseti. This is Groundhog Day. This is how we celebrate Groundhog Day. I didn't realize he'll steal your face. That's crazy. The autosave makes resetting impossible. He's been laid off. I wonder what he does in the Switch one. Ah! What? What's in your head? You think I wouldn't notice? You think I'd let it slide? Not likely, punk. Save before you turn the power off. Save! What don't you understand? Whoa. I think I screamed too hard there. Talk about a head rush, everything's sparkly. You're a real piece of work, you know that, kid. What is it you're trying to do to me here? Don't you think I got high blood pressure and chronic tunnel toe? My doc tells me I gotta take it easy, try not to get too worked up. Do I look not worked up? No, all this chasing, you're gonna do me in. You're doing this on purpose, ain't you? Yeah, you're enjoying this. Ugh. Well, why don't you just TP my cave while you're at it, you little punk? Don't you kids ever listen? You wouldn't believe what I gotta do to stay healthy. Lately, I've been trying to make yogurt from scratch, you hear me? Yogurt! The scary part is having a taste test it. You ever try spicy meatball yogurt? Not good. So what do you say? You gonna stop messing with me, Demi? Whatever. Ah, whatever. You're all mouth and no heart, you know that. You're laughing at me right now, aren't you? Yeah, I see. I got your number, punk. You know something? I had it with you. I'm sick of wasting my time. I'm gonna go watch some TV. One of my favorite movies is on. A Few Good Moles. Alright, set me up with a little you-know-what and I'll hit the tunnel. Come on. You know, right? There's no way you don't know. I know you know. No tip whatsoever? I ain't buying it, punk. I know you got something. What? I ain't asking for all your cash. Just a little taste is all. I don't need a full meal, just a side order. No big deal, know what I mean? Look, I know you got something. I can hear them pockets jingling. What's the holdup, punk? It's not like I'm mugging you over here. What are you, a mime? You forget how to talk? You don't tip? You ain't a tipper? Tip it against your moral fiber? Say something. You don't want to listen to me no more? You tired of talking to me, huh? That is it. You done it now, punk. You made the list. That's right. You've been listed. You will learn to say before you turn the power off. That's a promise. You got yourself on the bad side of a mole on a bad day, punk. You're gonna regret this for the rest of your life, you resetting cheater. Oh yeah, one last thing. When you take a bath, try using some soap, stinky. We clear? Good. Now scram. Reading Reseti rants. Yes, he's good. He's a poor guy. We are making fun of him. He's aware. He's aware that we're really we're treating this groundhog well. I wonder how many. Yeah, that's right. Typing in paragraphs. I remember there being like a sliding scale of like how bad you feel. I don't remember how many times you have to do it, but yeah, this is great. Make him read every Reseti rant we can find on Google. AI Reseti rants. Wait! We should totally have ChatGPT make a new Reseti rant. That's actually so funny. I've never thought of that. That's such a doable thing. Arr! You know how many people I gotta repeat myself to? Just you, punk. Read my lips. Say first, and then only then turn the power off. How many times I gotta tell you that? Hey, you doing this on purpose? Are you maybe turning the power off without saving for laughs? You want to get the crazy mole out here and see what he says next? That is exactly what I'm doing. This entertains you, punk? You think this is funny? A little stand-up mole? Aha! I saw that, kid. You rolled your eyes at me. You do think this is a joke. Ha! You know, I've been with the Reset Intervention Bureau since the family took over. I gotta say, though, I ain't never had to deal with a nut job like you. It's okay. I've been trained. Just means I gotta lose the kid gloves and get serious. I may even hit the gym and go a few rounds with my cousin, Vicious Vol Vinny. See if you want to keep resetting after I bounce a couple of mole elbows off you. For the time being, though, you gotta tell me how sorry you are. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, no feedback, we're good to go. Now I'm gonna give you an apology, and you're gonna repeat it back to me. You got it wrong, I know you ain't serious, and you gotta say it again. Let me see. Yeah, that's a good one. You ready? Here goes. I need help. Say it! Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. I hope wait. I need... I need help. You really mean it? You ain't just playing with me, huh? Okay, what you just said, don't forget it. Seriously, no more, okay? This better be the last time I mean it. Oh, hold on, one last thing. Brush your teeth once in a while, and don't forget to floss too, moss mouth. We clear? Good, now scram. You think that's the last time we're gonna see him? Nope. Alright, let's see. I think if you get it wrong, you have to do it again. I think you have to repeat it if you do it again. Wow, resetting in the middle of a rant would be hysterical. He would be livid. He would be livid. What does he do in New Leaf? He doesn't yell at you, he just what? Ah, you again! Stop messing with me! What's it gonna take to get through your thick skull? If you're gonna quit, you gotta say first. Use your head, punk. It's even written in the manual. You hate me, don't you? Yeah, I mean, you just hate me more than anything, right? More than laundry, traffic jams, and bad breath all rolled together, right? You hate me so much you can't stand it, huh? That's why you keep doing this over and over, right? You're trying to do me in. Hey, fine by me. At least I know how you really feel, punk. Let me tell you, though, you ain't the only one with feelings here, we clear? And today's the day I put a stop to this. You listening, you little monster? Until you can convince me you're truly and sincerely sorry, I ain't going home. You and me are gonna go round and round and round. First, you're gonna show me how sorry you are, and I better feel it. I don't want no smirks, eye rolls, or nothing like that. I want remorse, punk. Oh, and don't try lying. I can smell lies. Smell 'em. All you gotta do is be honest. Give me some genuine emotion here, you know what I mean? You go for melodrama, you're gonna get the rat, the Reseti, you hear me? Alright, let's do it. Tell me and tell me true. After all this, how sorry are you? Alright, gang, am I really sorry or very sorry? I would say I'm like very sorry. Huh? Is that the best you can do? You serious? You know what? You're nothing to me. Nothing but a thoughtless punk. I don't know. Maybe you're slow, or maybe you don't know how to express yourself. Pay attention. Apologies are a bunch of words strung together, right? Follow me? We use them to tell us that we wish we hadn't done whatever it is we did, okay? How you say the words is as important as the words themselves, Demi. So you gotta show me how to say the words one more time. Alright, I'm really sorry. Huh? Is that the best you can do? You serious? You know what? You're nothing. Nothing but a thoughtless punk. Maybe you're slow. Maybe you don't know how. Apologies are a bunch of words. We use them to tell everybody. How? Okay. Oh, boy. Alright. I'm really sorry. Yeah. Okay, if that's how you really feel. Guess it'll have to do at this point. I got nothing left over here, so I'm gonna cut you some slack. We clear, ain't we here, Demi? You're gonna say before you quit, right? Don't be pulling my chain here. You follow the rules and finish your game, then you go back to your life. You do whatever it is you want to do out here in the real world, alright? Don't let me down. I don't want to talk about this no more. And hey, hold on, one last thing. Chew your food and stop talking with your mouth full, you little piggy. Scram. Alright, well, I think that's the end of the Resetis. I think that's the last unique one. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna save the game. Actually save the game. Let's change the date to tomorrow. We'll listen to KK, and we'll get the credits. We'll get the credits roll. And then we'll be done with this game. Alright. Good old Reseti. Yeah, the idea of Reseti in the middle of a rant, though, is quite funny. I love that they make the game so easy for you to time travel. Camp Service Center. I like to adjust the clock. It's actually tomorrow. Yes! Yes! It's a rice package. Exactly, Cocoa Bean. Exactly. That's exactly what I totally forgot about that. Alright. I wonder if Reseti makes fun of you for cheating. What song should KK play? Anyone have any suggestions for KK? I don't think KK House is a thing in the DS Animal Crossing. That's my favorite KK. Preparations complete. Or like, what are some of them? Is it KK? So, what's happening? Hey, everybody! The flea market's today. Happy shopping. Oh, I didn't know there was a flea market. Is that Crazy Red? Is that what that means? Okay, and someone needs to remind me. Oh, right. He's, I think KK's in, Brewster's, right? I think he's in the bottom of the museum. I'm very sorry. Yeah, I think he's down here. Didn't they bring Brewster back in the Switch? I think they brought him back as part of DLC. Where is KK? Where is KK? Does he show up at 8 or something? I thought he's every Saturday. Alright, here we go, Brewster. We'll get a coffee for you. Alright then, before it gets cold, one freshly brewed cup. Is KK at 8 o'clock or something? Hot, hot, hot. What a flavor, what a feeling, but who knew coffee could get this hot? Brewster is so cute. Thanks. Can someone look up if KK... Does he show up at 8 or something? Did I mess up? Not until 8. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's do one more reset for good measure. We'll get one more little Reseti. It seems like 8. Okay. I always thought it was 6, but yeah, I guess like maybe some games are different. Or maybe it's always been 8. Okay, for real, who has a DS song, a DS KK song that they would like to hear? Who wants to hear what? I feel like I don't think House KK exists. Is KK Jazz might be a thing? Actually, this is really funny. Cha, of all people, would know. Cha one time had me play a bunch of KK songs. Alright, here we go. We're all on time. It's actually crazy how easy they make it to cheat. One more Reseti with confetti. Is it called KK Bubblegum or is it called Bubblegum KK? And that one is on the DS. Arrgh! What's in your head? You think I wouldn't notice? You think I'd let it slide? Not likely, punk. Save before you turn it off. Save. What don't you understand? Whoa, I think I screamed too hard there. Talk about a head rush. Everything's sparkly. You're a real piece of work, you know it, kid. What are you trying to do to me here? Don't you know I got high blood pressure and chronic toe? Doc tells me to take it easy. Do I look not worked up? All this chasing's got me doing it in. We've heard this. You're enjoying this. Why don't you just toilet paper my cave while you're at it? Won't you kids ever listen? You wouldn't believe what I gotta do to stay healthy. I'm gonna try to make yogurt from scratch. Scratch! The scary thing is having us taste test it. Sure, whatever. You're all mouth and no heart. You're laughing at me right now. I'm tired of wasting my time. I'm gonna watch some TVs. One of only a few good moles, you know. No tip whatsoever. I know you ain't got something. I ain't asking for nothing. I want to hear them pockets jingling. What's the hold up? I'm just not like I'm mugging you here. What, you ain't against tipping? You don't want to listen to me no more? You done it. You made the list. Yo, you got yourself on the bad side of a mole. Love it. Okay, so it's Bubblegum KK. And I think do I have to put periods? I think I have to put periods. Oh, this song is nice. Bum 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 bum. All right. No, the museum. You know, I think this is the first game. Actually, one little thing about the touchscreen is that you get to, oh, Bubblegum Kick is not in Wild World. Alright, what is in Wild World? Maybe we should look it up. Hey, what a groovy night. I'm always glad to see new faces making the scene. My name's KK Slider. I play my tunes here pretty much every Saturday night. And what do they call you? Demi? Cool. Care for a song? Oh, yeah. Cool. Hey, if there's something you want to hear, just give it to me straight. I'm taking requests if you're giving them. Anyone have any suggestions? Or I could just listen to... You know what? Maybe we'll just listen to what Kick has to say. Not this time. Like surprises. No problem. Got my axe ready. Alright. Get ready to dig the riffs on this ditty. Forest Life. Oh, it's the GameCube song! Wait, actually, this is actually one of my favorites, low-key. I love the GameCube Animal Crossing. Straight fire, honestly. We need to get KK to show up to an event. You know what? Did you know that KK Slider is a warm-up act to many Splatoon concerts? They have like they've had some real-life Splatoon concerts in Japan with like VTuber models type of deals, and KK has been a warm-up act. I think it's really cute. I love it too, Sid. The GameCube one. Yeah, fun, right, Sleazy? Yeah. It's true. $2005. Holy cow. Almost 20 freaking years. Hey, thanks for listening. Hooked you up with a boot of Forest Life. You know, a bootleg. You can play it on the box at your pad anytime. It's cool. No charge. Those industry fat cats try to put a price on my music, but it wants to be free. You be sure to drop on by and catch me again, man. I'll be around. I love KK. Alright, we did it. We did it. Let's save. We'll actually save for good old Reseti. We've given him enough heartaches and meatball yogurt. Maybe next year I'll have to make some meatball yogurt for for Groundhog Day. Alright. Alright, here's the deal. Let's go full screen. Alright, gang, so check it out. Yesterday, I got a really random package. As you know, I was not able to stream. And check it out. But take a look. It's a big old box. Came from Amazon. It was addressed to Demi D. So I know it was one of you guys. And it says, to keep my gift a surprise. I would say it counts as the first game beat in retro, funny enough. I'm totally going to mark that number. So it says to keep it a surprise and to unwrap my present before opening this envelope. So I got to do this first. Hey, Resident Clinton, hello. You just missed, we beat Animal Crossing, which was hype. All right, I'm going to open this bad boy up here. It's like also a really nice reusable bag. I'm all about these reusable bags. All right, I guess we got to get this ribbon off, though. Okay, this could prove tough. You know, the old Scoutmaster is not as naughty as he used to be. All right, here we go. There we go. We did it. All right, what is inside this box or this bag? Who is it from? I feel bubble wrap. I feel bubble wrap. Here we go. Wait, this is so cute. Look at this. What the heck? This is precious. Look at this. It's like a big s'more with like a little... Oh, hold up. We got to open this bad boy up all the way. What the heck? This is so cute. Oh my gosh. Look at this. It's called a squishable. Look at this thing. Wow. It says, I am a squishable. Oh, he's so soft too. It really is squishy. This is very squishable. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that was freaking amazing. And it even came in a gift bag. Okay, let's open up this like envelope here. Holy cow. Ah, it's the receipt. Happy 2-year stream anniversary from Coco Bean and Coco G. Oh, man. That's so sweet. Oh, this is like... It's making me tear up a little bit. This is like, and look, it's even like, it's even roasted a little bit on one side. This one's unhappy because he's on fire. This one's like, he's very happy because he's just a little toasty. And then this one is, you know, this one's pure. This one has been untouched by the fire. We've got to find a good spot for him right here. I'll have to, I've been meaning to redecorate. Hopefully before my birthday. So my birthday's in exactly 2 weeks. 14 days from now, the 16th. I've been meaning to do some redecorating for that, but I think even now we can kind of get a little bit of s'mores action up top. That's so sweet. Can we spam all the salutes in the world? That's like, and I got a reusable bag too. I love this. Like that, like, oh man, I can't even like. That makes me really happy. You guys are really sweet. I really love you guys. You know, can I tell you something? Who here saw my Discord post? So my mother's a principal, and she shot me a job. She shot me a job listing that just happened for my degree. Like literally the degree that I have, my master's in school psychology. 6-figure income. Like the very minimum of 6-figure, but a lot of money. And I was like, I had kind of a moment where I was like, I could be making a lot of money right now. But I am so much happier with you, spending time with you, growing our community. I know we can do it. This is our year. Like, I'm working so hard. For those of you who just popped in today, I just started subbing as a part-time job to make a little extra scratch on the side and help fund more videos and more travels and things like that. And, you know, I'm a little tired, but you know, I'm working hard. You know, I hope you guys know that I'm working hard. And I hope I think our DS challenge will be a lot of fun, and so will some of our other fun things lined up too. So anyway, I love you guys, I really do. Okay, well we beat the game. I guess we should go back to Apollo Justice maybe. It's like what? It's been like an hour and a half. Yeah, we did beat the game, quote unquote. Sleazy's got a good point there. But yeah, let's go back to Apollo Justice. I think that we can get that to be one of our first true games that we beat. Let me update this actually. Again, I can hold up. I think I'm gonna have to move my face. There we go. Okay. Look at that. First one down. Boom. First one down. I guess I'm going to change the stream title too, so folks don't bust in here thinking it's Animal Crossing. Cool. All right, I'm back at it. One down. 1,734 more to go. Again, gang, I'm not going to be beating them all. Don't feel like I'm going to be beating them all, because I'm certainly not going to be beating them all. There's a lot. There's a lot out there. Gang, I will say the letter A has a lot of good numbers or good games, like back to back, and then it's got like the biggest train of shovelware you've ever seen. It's hysterical. There's like Aliens in the Attic. There's like Adventure Time, there's a bunch of silliness. This is it. Today's the day it all goes down. And then, okay, so for people who just busted in here, we're Apollo Justice State's attorney, right? Our client is this 14-year-old boy named Machi Tobey. He and the songstress Lamoureux are both musicians from a different country called Borginia. It's kind of Russian-ish, which is pretty good. Now, this boy has been accused of murdering this man, Romain Lettuce. Oh my gosh, it's Romain Lettuce. I just got that. He was the manager for Lamoureux, but actually he was an undercover Interpol agent, which is pretty crazy. But we also know that this man, Darian Crescent, who was a guitarist at the concerts and is a good friend of the prosecutors, he got labeled by Lamoureux as the killer. And he attacked Lamoureux. We don't know it was him, but we can pretty much strongly assume that it was him. So yeah, this plot's pretty crazy. Yeah, pick a day and marathon of the shovelware. I'm with you, Cabell. I think we'll have to set aside some dedicated shovelware days. Really, the Adventure Time games is solid. I'm excited to hear that. I would not have thought that. Can you skip some words? But you know how? Oh, you know how I can skip some worlds. Oh, I would love to. Yes, I'd love to skip some worlds in that retro. That'd be solid. And by the way, for anyone who's got a lot of channel points, you can make me play the next DS game. It doesn't have to be in order. I'm playing them mostly alphabetically, but you know, not necessarily all the way. Meeting's over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call him back after that. Sorry. No go. Come on, piano boy. We're leaving. Darian, wait. I never liked you, either of you. Huh? Darn it, we were so close. Machi was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo. He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say. And now I think I know why. Time to bring down a little justice. Eek! What was that? He has heard but unseen. Who's that talking? Of course. Valiant Grammari. Using the door like an average muggle, no less. You aren't the witness for today, are you, Uncle Valiant? Ha 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 ha! A preposterous proposition. How could I stand to stand upon the stand? Why, my secrets will be free for the plucking. I might even have to sign autographs. This is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day. Ooh, with vanishing magic? Indeed! I will jump upon an express train and express myself to the next town over. But before I go, a word of warning. Warning, what? A grand Grammari glamour resides at the root of all that has happened. Do not forget this truth. A glamour? A spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Trucy, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Farewell! And there he goes. He sure seemed happy about that illusion thing. Oh, big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull off a show without one. The big illusion is always a spectacle to remember. Usually it involves cutting up things like people or elephants or the Eiffel Tower or anything, really. So he was talking about what we saw at the concert. Lamoureux's disappearing act, and Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar. Wonder what he meant by it being at the root of all that has happened. Well, it's about time. Shall we go? Hey, Junior. Excuse me, sir. Yes? The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. The trial will not be commencing until 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconvenience. Huh? Something happened? This is a first. It was by the judge's request, some urgent personal business. Great, I bet he stayed up too late last night watching courtroom dramas. Apparently he's visiting the hospital again. The hospital? I believe it was mentioned that the Chief Justice's son is unwell. Apparently, his condition worsened considerably by this morning. The Chief Justice's son. Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning? The judge said he had to go visit him after the trial. There's an article about it in the newspaper. If you care to read about it yourself. Incuritis? Where have I heard that before? I'll let you read that article for us, Apollo. Just leave the TV guide page to me. Try not to lose the page of the funnies if you can. My man Apollo with the funnies. Ahem, my apologies for the delay. Court is now in session for the trial of, how do you say this name again? Machi Tabe, our suspect fortissimo. Right, it's his trial in any case. The defense is prepared, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready to rock. Is something wrong, Your Honor? No, well, yes. It's just I've been friends with the Chief Justice since we were students. It pains me to see him go through such a difficult time. Incuritis, was it? That article said there's no known cure. I really wish they didn't name it Incuritis. Herr Judge, let me say with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now is the time for law. Indeed. We left off at quite the juncture yesterday. I asked Interpol about that number. IPXX 314206. The agent registered under that number was Romain Latouche. Thanks for looking into that, Detective Crescent. It's been a great help. I'll be heading out. Wait! That voice just now. It was him, I'm sure of it. It was him. That voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche when I heard the gunshots fired, it was him. It It was Mr. Darien. No way. Quite a sensational ending. Who would have thought Darien would guest star in this season cliffhanger as a suspect? I asked the prosecution to look into the matter. Please tell the court your findings. Darien Crescent is a member of my band, the Gaviners. He's also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. Yet after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case or file new charges. And your reason is? Weren't you aware, Hair Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi. An alibi? Let us review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Gaviners ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guest took center stage. The only performers appearing were myself, Lamaror, and Machi, along with a drummer and bassist for a total of 5. The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the third set. Lamaror and the defendant Machi Tobe had left the stage at that point, and the Gaviners were already rocking. This is when 2 shots rang out at the scene of the crime. Shots heard by Detective Emma Skye, mind you. And Apollo, you heard them too, right? I sure did. Furthermore, Lamaror has herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime, when she claims to have heard Mr. Latouche and Detective Crescent talking. But that's impossible! He was, Precisely. Detective Crescent was on stage getting his groove on, no less. Voila! A perfect alibi. But does the defense have anything to add to this? It's true, when I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up. It appears the defense has no objections. I believe we can safely say that Darien Crescent's alibi has been acknowledged. Which means that Lamaror was sadly mistaken. Her testimony cannot be true. Very well, of course, if we disregard her testimony. Then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict, if indeed there are no objections. Uh-oh, Apollo, if he declares a verdict now. Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight. Lamaror might have been lying to protect Machi. How can I rely on her testimony? Wait, what about yesterday in the detention center? About the case? What about the case? This meeting's over. Darien? Machi was trying to tell us something, I know it. Maybe the best thing to do is ask him under oath. Very well, the court finds the defendant to... What was his name again? Your Honor! No, that wasn't it. It was something like Marquis or, Mr. Justice? Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I'd like to call another witness. Exactly who else do you need to hear from? A witness who, until now, has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English. You don't mean... I do. The defense calls defendant Machi Tobe to the stand. What? But he doesn't speak English. Well, use an interpreter. Interpreter, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases, such as I love you and where's the toilet. The defense would like to request Lamaror as the interpreter. But there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant. But she'd be interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie? This is most unusual. Bravo, Hair Forehead. Hair Judge. The prosecution agrees with the defense's request. If Lamaror lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that. Well, if both prosecution and defense are for it, I see little cause for refusal. Bailiff, please show the defendant and Lamaror to the witness stand. He is so suave, sleazy. Thanks, Retro. I suppose there's a first for everything. Shall we proceed? Your name to begin with, if you would, Lamaror. Yes. He says, Machi Tobe, the defendant. This is certainly a first for the courtroom. Not that we really needed an interpretation of that message in particular. So far, so good. Very well, Mr. Justice, if you would. Huh? If I would what, Your Honor? Would what? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have him testify about? What do I want him to testify about? Ack, I hadn't thought that far ahead. Apollo! Aren't you going to ask him what he was going to tell us yesterday? How can I say it if I don't know what he was saying? Excuse me a moment, if I might speak. Yes, Lamaror. Just now, Machi said there was something about which he wishes to testify. Machi wishes to testify about something. What could it be? What sort of testimony is he talking about? One moment, please. Ugh, the suspense is killing me. What? What? Well, Lamaror? According to Machi, he has proof of his innocence. Whoa, what? This is a surprise. Yahoo! Victory! We did it, Apollo! This sounding too good to believe, and I know what that usually means. Well, if that's true, then this is vital testimony. Lamaror, Machi. Please testify to the court. Very well. Proof of innocence. He says that word of Mr. Latus's death came as a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, I, that is he, could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. Ooh, great question, Slazy. Apollo versus Phoenix has better hair. That's a great question. Phoenix's is more unique, but I kind of like the way... I feel like Apollo's looks more natural. This would prevent him from following them so closely. I wonder what he meant by proof. Why, he would only need to ask Lamaror to know the meaning of that song. Lamaror, did you ever explain the lyrics to him? I did tell him generally what the song was about, but never in so much detail, and he never asked. Has my oft-repeated warning already fled that forehead? Lamaror might be protecting the witness. Well, anyway, let us proceed with the cross-examination. Mr. Justice, if you would. Yes, Your Honor. Something's hidden in that testimony, I know it. I'll just have to trust my bracelet to tell me where. It worked yesterday, and it can work again today. Yeah, I kind of like Apollo's too. Although I really like, okay. He says the word came as a great shock. The killing truly followed the lyrics of the song. I, that is he, could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. Let's try this. I feel like this has got to be it. He says that because the lyrics are in English. Look at that shifty eye. Gotcha! Machi, you can't fool my eyes. You glanced toward her the very moment Lamaror said the word English. Why? And don't bother interpreting that, he understands me. Machi, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you? What are you saying? Of course he can't. Must he continue the charade? Mr. Justice, Machi says this. I know the word English. Huh? Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learned the name for the language, that is all. What? Give me a break. Is that such an unusual word to understand? Do you not know Espanol, for instance? Well, yeah, but... I am sorry, but he truly does not understand your language. Well, then explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics? Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? It's simple, so simple it hardly requires an explanation. He read about it in the newspaper. The newspaper? The Borginian Daily Bugle. You can buy it in the country these days, you know. They have already begun to report about the case in our homeland. I was right. What is wrong, Mr. Justice? Your eyes, they are quite fierce all of a sudden. Machi's lying. Maybe it's time to show them proof that he's lying. I have here a Borginian newspaper, the Borginian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there is a feature article about the case. Could you read this for me, Machi? That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics. What? What is this all about? I'm sorry, Machi. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Borginian newspaper. What does this mean? But I don't see how it's possible. Ah, I know. He must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning. Yes. Not possible. The subject of the lyrics was not brought up in police questioning. I read the full report myself. So the lyrics weren't in the newspaper and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less. The witness will explain herself, or himself. Machi says, he says, yes. It is true I read the newspaper, but this is not where I learned the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember. You remember? He says he heard the lyrics from me. What? Is this true, Lammeror? Yes, I'm afraid I'd forgotten it myself. Then it looks like Herr Forehead's been jumping to conclusions again. No, no. I was onto something, I know it. I can't let this chance slip away. Time is an issue today. Mr. Justice, are you finished with cross-exam? What are you gonna do, Apollo? I'm gonna keep on cross-examining, I better have a different angle of attack. Or else. My bracelet's still reacting. Your Honor, please allow me to continue. If you must, you must. Very well, witness. It was I who followed the crime, who explained the crime that followed the song. Okay, I feel like this is gonna be Lammeror this time. Okay, I got it. Her mouth tripped up. Gotcha! We got him, folks. Lammeror, I'm currently cross-examining Machi. Why should you be uncertain? Me uncertain? Yes, you swallowed the very moment you told the court it was I who explained. I see there's little point in trying to hide anything from you. Lammeror, are you indeed protecting someone? That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself. Then allow me to answer for you. Lammeror, you're protecting... Lammeror, you're protecting Machi. That's why you lied and told us that you explained to him how the crime had followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Machi, I believe you didn't do it, really. I trust you. But you've lied to us twice, and now you have Lammeror lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me too. Your two lives cover a simple truth. You understand English, you have to. Ah! Witness, is this true? Do you understand English? Yes, a little only. What? First you could see and now we can talk. And you did not know about this, Lammeror? No, I did not. It is quite a surprise. How many secrets is the witness hiding? Last. This is last. Machi, could you tell us what really happened? No shooting. I did no shooting. So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard the two gunshots, correct? Apparently the answer to that question isn't simple either. I was in dressing room, beyond desk. Manager, he on floor. Which would be after the shooting, right? Then, there was voice. So when Machi went in the dressing room, Mr. Latouche had already been shot. Then we came to the door. Panel high up. I take off, run away. So it was you who escaped through the air vent. Haha, as the prosecution has held all along, no less. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession? No, he's clearly denied that he did it. I know shooting. Manager on floor. Already on floor. The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is the shooter. Does the defendant have anything to say to this? He's clammed up, Apollo. Then let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony? Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get him to testify about? Wait, no, of course there is. What is this cocoon, anyway? To cocoon the silk is a potent cure. Well, Machi, are you a smuggler? He won't tell me. That cocoon has to have something to do with this. Machi, please, tell us the truth for your own sake. No, no more speak. Not to any of you. So much for your precious trust, Hair Forehead. Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him. Regardless, this brings us to an impasse. It does seem the defense and the defendant are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn anything of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. The defense will work things out with the defendant so that we might proceed. Apollo Eustace. That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some. I believe. I know shooting. Machi claims Mr. Latouche was already down on the ground when he entered the room. Maybe it was a trap and he walked right into it? Suddenly, I hear revolver. Close, very close. Then I hear voice. You heard gunshots. Yes, it's true. I hear revolver, but only sound. Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Mr. Latouche already dead and then you heard shots? If that's true. So you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots? And you escaped through the air vents. I know. Huh? What do you know? I know if I opening vents, I can leave stage and backstage. So the vents went both to the stage and the backstage area. Is that what he means? Hey, he's right. Look, Apollo. Huh? Yeah. But how'd you know it was connected like that? What about his father was the architect? I hear this from Magician. Don't look at me! A magician, huh? Well, at least we're clear on one thing. Machi didn't shoot Mr. Latouche. Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went in the room to find the body and then he heard the shots? That's gonna go over well in court. Not. Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says, even lies. That's what Daddy always told me. I'll just pretend you misheard him every time. So what do we do? You're sure you won't testify, Machi? No talking, no. Well, it was worth a shot. That cocoon. I can't go home. Can't go home. I do not want to go home. That's right, it's punishable by death. Of course, he's scared. Oh well, guess we'll have to try a different approach. That's the spirit, Apollo, so what's your plan? If Machi won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify. Someone else? I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there. Right. Juicy is so cute. Court is now back in session. Mr. Justice, have you sorted things out with the defendant? Yes, Your Honor. We had a good talk. Very well, so will he testify? Your Honor, the defendant will not testify. What? Shame. And here I thought this was your big chance to turn this case around. Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor. A different angle? If Machi won't testify, then I know who will. I'd like to cross-examine the witness in this case, Lamaror. What are you up to now? I thought we determined yesterday that her testimony was insubstantial. There's nothing you can... Lamaror was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries. What happened? She was assaulted, Your Honor. Assaulted? Someone wanted Lamaror dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself. What? I heard no such report. Prosecutor Gavin. Why would anyone be out to kill Lamaror? Can you think of a reason? Well, think of how she's known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could that have been? You don't think. I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. Latouche. The killer was after her and afraid of her. The defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. Something the killer doesn't want getting out. So am I to understand that this is what you were saying? Namely, that there is a nugget of truth in Lamaror's testimony. A nugget we have yet to uncover. Exactly. Very well. If there were some vague points, perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have some. The court will hear Lamoureux's testimony once more. Lamoureux, I must apologize. We must ask you to again stand and speak. You need not apologize. I know that Machi is innocent, and I will do all that I can until the court realizes this. Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window. And that voice belonged to Darien Crescent, yes? That is correct. At which point, I proved she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. The small window at the scene was closed and was found to be quite soundproof. You have nothing to say to that, Mr. Justice? I don't know exactly what yet, but I know there's something in there. Perhaps the witness would be so kind as to testify once more. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. That's when I heard them, Mr. Latouche and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and snapped. Then I heard another gunshot. There was the smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window. Pretty much the same as yesterday's testimony. I am sorry. I am not used to speaking much in this language. Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way. Yet everything I have said here is the truth. Then it is my distinct displeasure to say this. What you have said to have happened is impossible. Do I have to repeat myself? Lamoureux was attacked because of this testimony. What? Trucy. Apollo. You know, for a moment there, you were pretty cool. Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead. Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness. He was on her way from the stage to the backstage. Is something wrong? I raised an objection, but she's saying the same thing she said before. Mr. Justice, sorry, it's nothing. Please continue with your testimony. Now I know what they mean. Thanks. That's when I heard them, Mr. Latouche and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. I know that little window's a big deal. Darien Crescent. I did not know his name at the time, but yes, it was him, the one who took the stand yesterday. How many times do I need to remind you it's impossible? There's no way you could have heard him. Because the window at the scene was closed? Is that why? Of course! Paula, if we keep asking the same questions, we won't get anywhere. Did you happen to hear anything else at that time? Anything else? Anything else besides the victim and the shooter's conversation? It's quite the vague question. Other than the conversation, I heard a clock ticking, the 2 men breathing, footsteps. That is all. Nothing new there as expected. Hoping for a little more than that. Let's try pressing the other way. Lamoureux, do you by any chance remember what they were saying? If so, please tell us. I've given it much reflection, but I only heard one phrase clearly. A whole phrase? You remember something that was said? Why did you say it yesterday? Though my memory is clear, I was afraid to speak. You see, I do not understand what was said. This could be it, the clue I've been waiting for. It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche. What did he say? It's over. Press the switch, now. Switch? And the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. Latouche? I thought it quite strange myself afterward. It is a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Mr. Justice, care to shed some light? Yeah, sure, I'd be delighted. It's very, very vital. Perhaps we could add that to the testimony. Maybe, Apollo. From the small window, I heard a voice say, press the switch, now. Well, we know what that switch is, and it was Detective Darien Crescent's voice. Yes, I'm quite sure of it. It's over. Press the switch. Why would he say that? Apollo, the murder weapon, the revolver, was Mr. Latusse's, right? Well, maybe when he said press the switch, he really meant to say pull the trigger, because his English isn't so good. Press the switch. Mr. Latousse and the detective. Alright, let's go ahead and bring up the actual remote. Press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery of those words. Oh, and yet there was nothing at the scene that could be called a switch, save the lights. True, there wasn't a switch at the scene. But it just so happens, I have a switch right here. That certainly does look like a switch, doesn't it? The problem is, this was found not at the scene of the crime, but on the stage. Where the concert was held, yes. This was found hidden there. On the stage. Are you claiming the voice Lamoureux heard was of someone commanding another to press the switch? It's a possibility.
Objection!
Oh, Herr Forehead. I'd call that an impossibility. It's hardly necessary for me to remind the court of the layout of the concert forum. The stage is quite far from Lamoureux's dressing room. Not to mention that the Gaviners were in the middle of a concert on said stage. We aren't known for being a quiet band. You could shout all you wanted and not be heard. The detective's voice was loud, but certainly not a shout. So too have Herr Forehead's cries of possibility been short of being heard. Sorry, but he wouldn't have needed a shout. Excuse me? You heard what I said, or do you need me to shout it out for you? It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from the dressing room. Oh wait, you like evidence, don't you? How about this? Alright, that's easy. The headset. Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this. What? Why that's... What is it? Is that some kind of newfangled phone they invented when I wasn't looking? This is a type of transmitter, a communications device. Communications device? From what I've heard that night, everyone on stage was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Ah, yes. Actually, they're for talking between band members. We all had one on. So you'll admit that if you were wearing one of these, talking from the backstage to the stage would be simple. True, but wait. Those send out an electronic signal. To avoid interference with the audio systems, their range is quite limited. Lamoureux said it was about 30 feet, right? Look at this cross-examination. Ah, exactly. The walk from the stage to the backstage seems far, but the direct distance is no less than 30 feet. That can't be. So when Lamoureux heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on stage.
Objection!
Huh, you're claiming this is the switch in question. Why did it have to be on the stage at the time? It could have been placed in a pocket and carried anywhere. Someone could have hit it on the stage after the fact. How do we know where it was when we heard the voice? When the shooter said press the switch? Well, I guess we don't. An unfortunate situation. I'm afraid that until we know where the switch was, there's little point in debating it. I was sure this was the way to go with this. What is this switch anyway? We don't even know what that basic fact. Wait a second. I do know what the switch is. And if you follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that changes this case completely. We know about the switch, right? We know what it is. Yeah? Well, think of when it was used that day. Think of what happened. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further information to share concerning the switch, Your Honor, I've been remiss in not telling the court this before. I know what the switch is. Well, it seems the defense is set upon linking the switch to the case. Let's see your evidence of the link. What evidence do you have to explain what the switch is? Prosecutor Gavin, you remember this? Ah! That's that! The what? Is it another one of those newfangled phones? This is an igniter. Igniter? You mean it's like a lighter? Yes, actually. You aren't saying the switch is a remote. I am. This is a remote trigger for an igniter. What? Look, I'll show you. Yow! Mr. Justice, you will cease and desist from burning down the courtroom. Sorry, that was a bit more fire than I expected. If my whiskers had caught on fire. Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. This switch is a remote control igniter. Doesn't that suggest something to you? You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you? Exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flame. When your guitar caught fire in the middle of your performance. Wasn't that part of the stage show, though? Thanks, Richard. Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware that such a thing had been planned, and that guitar that had burned up was a valuable keepsake. He got it in Borginia. He said the sound was amazing before it burned, of course. Now it just kind of smokes. The better the guitar, the brighter it burns. Hair, forehead. Yes. Don't tell me you're trying to tie these two things together. These being the shooter's voice held by Lamorar, and the guitar suddenly catching on fire? I am. It's really simple when you think about it. Mr. Latouche and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed and the guitar caught fire. Well, that does seem to make sense. Though something about it is bugging me. Can't quite put my finger on it. Really? It seems pretty simple to me. Here, forehead. Don't destroy what little respect I have for you. I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess I was wrong. What's all this about, Prosecutor Gavin? His simple story simply makes no sense. Think. That night my guitar caught fire, yes? The cause may have been this instead. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set. The guitar caught fire during Lamoureux's song. Indeed, yet the shooting happened during the third set. The two are utterly unrelated. Yes, that must have been what was bugging me. The whole premise for this is faulty. See, his story makes no sense. Are you sure about that? What exactly do you mean, Mr. Justice? Maybe it's not the premise for my explanation of the switch that's at fault. Maybe it's our premise for the entire case so far. What premise is this specifically? I love this song. I'm saying maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act. What's this? But Detective Emma Skye heard shots and found the body. All of this happened in the third act. Gunshots rang out, and according to his testimony, Machi was in the dressing room at the time. Where are you going with this, Mr. Justice? Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us this in his testimony, namely, that the victim had already been shot. We all heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting. This is insane! Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on the headset, telling someone to press the switch. The next moment, prosecutors Gavin guitar, and it burst into flame. We know the remote trigger igniter was inside the guitar. From all these facts, we can only draw one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act, but during the ballad performance, the second act. What? Order! But that goes against the evidence. What does, Your Honor? The crime was carried out according to the lyrics of that song, yes? Yeah, he's right, look. The bullet is supposed to come after the fire. You're thinking about it the wrong way. Look, why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyway? It's an awful lot of trouble to go through, with little merit for the person doing it. Well, I'm sure whoever it was had some reason. Yes, they did. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics. You're saying the order was reversed on purpose? Reversed, Prosecutor Gavin. If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes, the shooting would have had to come after the guitar burst into flames, yet Herr Forehead has raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullet came not after, but just before the fire. Couldn't have put it better myself. We were only meant to think the shooting came after the guitar burst into flame. That was the criminal's objective. The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was the ruse. Why else would the killer risk discovery by moving the body? That was the final touch to make us think he'd follow the lyrics the whole way. Order! That would explain this most unusual situation. It does. The killer changed the order of events to create himself an alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set but not the second. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but sadly it has. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Oh, it sounds good, I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song. But I question your logic. For it's flawed from the very beginning. Yes, a contradiction here, Forehead. One I pointed out several times, no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. How could Lammeror have heard a voice through it? Oh. I know that you'd like to divert our attention from that critical fact, but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise. Right. Lammeror's testimony is my entire case. That voice she heard, the shooter's voice. We have a man saying to press the switch, and near the crime scene was a switch which acts as a remote trigger for an igniter. And Prosecutor Gavin's flaming guitar. I see a more direct line of questioning is required. When the crime scene was investigated immediately after the crime, that window was closed. Care to tell us how she heard the voice? A key point, to be sure. Mr. Justice, can you explain this to the court? Okay, Justice, you got one thing to prove and one thing only. Lammeror heard a voice, and she heard it during the second set. Think, how was Lammeror able to hear the voice? When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it had it been open either, meaning it was impossible to hear the voice through that window. Ah, it's good to hear you here making sense again. For a moment I was afraid you might be a Virginian too. As I was saying, Lammeror could not hear the voice through that window, so there can only be one explanation. She heard the voice from another location entirely. You do amuse me so. And here I thought you and Good Sense were back on speaking terms. Now I'm afraid you and Good Sense speak two entirely different languages. Shall I interpret for you, Herr Forehead? Lammeror clearly stated that she heard the voice through that small window, and there's only one small window at the scene. Are you sure? Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene? There is? I know that look. He wants us to ask him. Very well, you claim Lammeror heard the voice from another location. Please show us where the location was. I know exactly where it was. This is where Lammeror heard that voice. But that's no small window. That's the air vents. What did she tell us? She said she's a Worginian, unfamiliar with our language. It's not a stretch to imagine she called this air vent a small window. Now you've done it. You've gone beyond ridiculous and straight into ludicrous. So Lammeror was up in the ventilation system listening to a man's voice? That's the only logical explanation, yes. Logical! I do not think this word means what you think it means, Herr Forehead. Okay, what about it is illogical? It hardly merits anything! Why would Lammeror be in the ventilation system? Hiding like a rat. The explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin, isn't it, Lammeror? You've been listening to our discussion here, yes? I admit, it had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed, but why should that mean I could not hear through it? I feared our prosecutor himself might need an interpreter. Ugh! The problem here is words. Lammeror, this small window through which you heard the voice, was it up high on the ceiling of the room? Not low on a wall? Yes, it was up on the ceiling. What? Order! Order! Witness, you will clarify this statement to the court. Are you in fact saying that you were up above the ceiling of the room, and that's where you heard the moment of the crime? Yes, in fact I was. I am sorry, I never imagined it would become such an important point. Yes, well, why the heck were you up there? I believe it's time for another testimony. I'm not sure I can't. May I remind you, this is a murder trial. We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from the ceiling of the room, please. Well, looks like I'm on the right track. Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I had heard that there was a small window there before. I was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I heard. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy on the matter. Yes, so true, Retro. That's why I took that clip. He had two back-to-back, like, what? Like... In my line of work, one has many obligations to uphold. But you say you were in the middle of your performance, so this did happen during the second set. I did not witness the crime, you understand. I only know what I heard. Yes, but you must tell us what you were doing in detail. That's what the cross-examination is for, yeah, her forehead. Our mission in this court is to discern the truth. No obligation, no binding pact may hinder that mission. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. I feel like Prosecutor Gavin should know why. It's gotta be that magic trick. It's gotta be the magic trick. Seven years, Sleazy. It's been 7 years. Have you seen how he looks? I'll show you real quick. Oh, actually, I guess I can't. I can't show off his face. Never mind. But yeah, he's actually... he's pretty cool. He's like a bum dad in this. Heard there was a small window there. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report it. So why I was there, I cannot say. You heard the gunshots during my second set during your performance. You're quite sure. Yes. Why would I lie about the time? Why didn't you tell us that yesterday? No one asked me. I thought you all knew. I told you Machi was not the killer. I told you this many times. But you never told us why. I'm sorry. I was not able to speak of it. Unable or unwilling. She's not talking, Apollo. What do we do? She was singing on stage, Apollo. She couldn't have been up there on the ceiling. I got a theory as to how why, and I think I've got the evidence to prove it. I'm bound to secrecy on the matter. Yeah, the judge definitely is not aged at all. Who bound you to secrecy? I'm not sure I'm allowed to say who it was. No, I think perhaps that's alright. It's just a name after all. Valent Grammari. Perhaps you know him. Valent Grammari? What? You mean Uncle Valent? Who's Valent Grammari? A grand magician, the one responsible for the illusion performed during our concert. Interesting reaction, Prosecutor Gavin. Lamarar was bound to secrecy. Gonna take some hard-hitting proof to make her talk. I think I know why she was up there. Ugh. I guess I have to pick the other one. The other statement. I don't see anything contradictory. This one is unfair, because both of those statements are pretty good for objecting. Objection! There we go. Come on, that was an unfair one right there. Both of those statements. Lamarar, truth be told, the reason for your presence above the ceiling is quite clear, especially when you consider what happened during your performance. Yes, it's all right here on this video. It wraps itself around me. And now, through the air I fly. Burning on in my heart. Fire. I just realized these lyrics actually fit the beat of the song. All together through the sky. As we can see, Lamarar was clearly not on stage for her entire performance. Though it saddens me to be so realistic, she's incapable of actually vanishing, let alone teleportation. The only explanation is that she was hidden from view, and during that time she moved to the back forum. It's not nice to reveal a magician's secrets, but I'm a lawyer. I'm not supposed to be nice. This is all very fascinating, but how is it possible? There's only 20 seconds between when she disappears and reappears. She couldn't have moved that fast. Is something wrong, Prosecutor Gavin? This was his concert, his show. He knows how the illusion was performed. He's just realizing his own oversight. Poor Gavin. Just as Retro said, we can trace a route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage, through the backstage to the very rear of the forum. Recall Lemroy's testimony. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. She went from the stage to the backstage, a perfect description of the route from the ceiling. Lamroy knew of this because of her part in the illusion, but she wasn't the only one who knew. What? Just now in the lobby, Machi told me something. I know if opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage. He said that? Oh, were you not informed, Prosecutor Gavin? I knew about the vanishing act, of course, yet I had no idea of the route that would be used. Why didn't that magician tell me? Magicians only reveal their details of their acts on a need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of a magician's life, you know. Which is why he bound Lammeror to secrecy. Well, Lammeror, I'm impressed, Mr. Attorney. Machi was right about you. Are you saying you used this route above the ceiling? I did. Well, that's that. But I'm still a little confused. There was very little time between when she disappeared and when she reappeared. 20 seconds tops. How could you do it so fast, especially if she stopped to hear the shooter's voice? That's a good question. Can the witness explain this to the court? I cannot. Very well, Mr. Justice. It's all up to you. Do your thing. What thing, Your Honor? You need to explain how Lammeror was able to teleport like she did, or I'm throwing your case out with the bathwater. Why do I get picked on? It's Lammeror who wasn't going with the program here. As I've stated before, I'm not at liberty to speak of the illusion that night. Then you'll just have to tell us what you can. We'll hear your testimony. Mr. Justice, it will be your job to wring the truth out of her. Yes, if you would, please. I feel like a student before finals. Good luck, Apollo. The big illusion. I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There is an emergency exit in the backstage where a stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side. The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. I was on my way when I heard the voice. 2 minutes, you say? The mystery deepens. I suppose it was too much to hope that the judge would come up with something. Take it away, Mr. Justice. Right, Your Honor. All I have to do is find the contradiction between what Lammeror is saying and what we can see plainly in the video. I figured it out already. I'm a magician, after all. I can't reveal another magician's secrets. Come on. You're supposed to be on my side here. Follow the route exactly as instructed. There's an emergency exit in the backstage. The stagehand's interesting. Did everyone in the concert staff know about the trick? Not at all. Only a few that were needed to help. The emergency exit. The doors and the stairs are locked, but once through there... From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side. So when you came back out, you were back behind the audience? Yes, that's how it worked. Not a bad show, if I say so myself. But on the video, you were gone for only 20 seconds. How was that possible? That's the part I don't get either. It'd be hard to go so far in only 20 seconds. The plan was for me to move there in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes? Running in that cramped, dark tunnel above the ceiling? Mr. Attorney, have you forgotten? Dark or lit, it makes no difference to me. That's true, but... So you're saying on the night of the concert, you made the trip in 2 minutes. Though I nearly didn't make it in time. You see, I stopped halfway. She says she made the trip in 2 minutes. bet the answer's right there in that video. Evidence explaining the discrepancy. Yes, her ribbon. Or her jewel. Lamorar. Do you happen to remember this brooch? Ah, the brooch! We saw it yesterday, did we not? It was found at the scene, Your Honor. And you're bringing this up now? Why? I thought we'd already determined that it was dropped. So did I. But we hadn't. Take another look at this video. There, you can see she's wearing the brooch. Let's look a bit later. What? The brooch is gone! What? Yes. The brooch disappeared in the short space of 20 seconds, and it takes a full minute to run from the stage to the backstage. Which means there can be only one explanation. The Lamorar we see before and the one we see after are two different people. What? The brooch was found on the floor at the crime scene, and not just on the floor, but on the floor directly beneath the air vents. Lamorar, tell me, did you drop the brooch there on your way from the stage? At the very moment you witnessed the crime? Yes, I think I did. Order! But Prosecutor Gavin! From your expression, I gather you had no idea this was the case here, Judge. I, of course, knew about it. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't hiding it. Just never occurred to me that the switch and the shooting took place at the same time. So I was right? There was a switch? There was. Just before the stage's tower rose, Lamorar was replaced. While we're on the subject, who was this replacement Lamorar? Why, the man behind the illusion, Valiant Grammari. It was Grammari? That's quite the illusion, but I still don't get one thing. Yes. The switch happened before the tower rose, so you weren't on stage. But this fake Lamorar is still singing. And she's pretty good. Come on, Apollo. That's an easy one. They were just playing a recording. The Gaviners aren't some kind of air guitar band, Fraulein. You mean I'm wrong? When we play a show live, we play live, no recordings. Perhaps you could explain, Lamorar. Very well. Yes. Do tell, and add it to your testimony. I had to keep singing even while I moved. You were singing? Yes. Mr. Gavin expressed a dislike for recordings, so I used this. Wait, so you were singing the whole time? Even while you were crawling above the ceiling towards the backstage? Why should it matter where I sing, where everywhere I go is the same darkness? But if you were singing while you were walking... That's right, wouldn't the shooter and the victim have heard? She was singing right above their heads, after all. Are you sure? Once again, we come back to the same state of the scene of the crime. I know what he means. The old speaker, Apollo. That speaker was blaring at the time of the murder. For monitoring the stage, it pipes in a real-time feed. Satisfied, the dressing room was fitted with a large speaker playing from a direct feed. At my request, actually. So Lamorar singing in the ceiling sounded just like Lamorar singing above the speaker. Ingenious! Her voice was hidden by her own voice! Lamorar, I have just remembered something. When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes, it startled me, so I stopped singing. What? I forgot the words I was supposed to sing. The song stopped. Thankfully, it was at the very beginning of the second verse, so not many would notice. Forehead! That mixing board I lent you, where is it? The one that breaks music into tracks. I completely forgotten about it. Let's take a listen. It's a sweet song. Right there. The song does stop there. It does. I must have heard it and missed it. See where it says pleasure, pleasure? Listen again. We watched this video quite a few times in this trial. This is evidence indeed. I believe we are guilty of making a terrible mistake. The crime didn't happen during the third set. It happened during the second, during Lamoureux's ballad. If that is true, then no one on stage during the second set could have been the shooter. Which means that Darian Crescent could have done it. He wasn't on stage for the second set. Well, Prosecutor Gavin? Fascinating. I don't believe I've ever seen a trial turned around quite so thoroughly. Yet one problem remains. Here, Forehead's theory does have a certain kind of logic to it. Yet is entirely based upon Lamoureux's testimony. Well, it's quite simple, though it pains me to say it. What if she is lying to protect the defendants? But you have no proof! All I'm saying is that the truth, as of yet, is unclear, until we hear directly from the man himself. Yes. Though he's a friend and a band member, Darian Crescent must take the stand. I see no other way. As a suspect, to be frank. Finally, the rat's coming out of his hole, and I'm ready to catch him. Darian Crescent, get ready for justice. This is as good a time as any to pause for a brief recess. Have him here and ready by the time we begin. I'm the last man who needs to be reminded of what his duties are. Very well, court is adjourned. I need to get some water. A lot of talking. Apollo, I can't believe it. It really happened during the second act? And right in the middle of Lamoureux's performance? Why, she was in the air vent. And that switch and the flaming guitar. When you link it all together, that's what you end up with. I knew you had what it took. There he is! Sleaze, I don't know if you're still here. There's Phoenix. I love him. I love the way he looks. Bum dad. Mr. Wright! You believed in me? Not really. Huh? I just thought that'd make for a cooler entrance than say, hiya. Why do we even bother hoping? Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been at the office. Sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission. Secret? You mean like you're undercover? Like Mr. Latouche, only shorter and not as well dressed. Oh no, what if you're shot too, Daddy? Why would I do a thing like that to you? He's got the tiniest bit. He's got the tiniest bit of a 5 o'clock shadow. Very, very tiny. You don't like the color of his beanie? It's very bright, isn't it? Anyway, I'm off for a while again. Ah, you're leaving? Oh, one more thing before I go. Good luck. Right. Is that all you came to say? I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Machitobe off the hook, no doubt. Yeah, but you're after that detective, aren't you? Darian Crescent. It won't be easy proving that he did it. Especially not under the current court system. The current court system? What did Prosecutor Gavin what did he say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption. Namely, that our diva divine is telling the truth. But what about all that proof? The brooch and the switch? A piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder. There are plenty of other ways to explain these things. The flaming guitar, too. All because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case. But Trucy is adopted kid. That's his adopted kid. She's 15 and it's been 7 years. Yeah, she revealed earlier in this case that she was adopted. If the sultry songstress is lying, your case melts like butter in a frying pan, leaving behind the faintly stinged scent of failure. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give you from our detective friend. Detective Sky, Emma. Let's see, this bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it is. What are those, Daddy? They don't look like very good snacking material. They were found at the scene. Analysis of the fragments revealed traces of gunpowder. Gunpowder? Probably a firecracker or something similar like the ones kids are into these days. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually. Under the sofa? Hey, Apollo! That's where we found that little device thingy! Right, this. Well, finally, some evidence that makes sense. That's all from me, I suppose. See you after the verdict. Maybe. Right. Every man has an igniter inside him. Excuse me? Find Darian Crescent's igniter and set him off. And he walked out the door, just like a magician, normally. Ugh, what does he want us to do? No conventional methods? What does that mean? Guess we just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes. I guess. We're almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Trucy. Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where is Detective Crescent? In the witness lounge, ready to be called at any time. Very well. Might I add, I don't believe any of this. He was the first detective I ever worked with. We stopped working together when he moved to Criminal Affairs Division 3. But his guitar playing, it fires my imagination. That's nice, but has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Correct? Oh, I know. Hair forehead. Very well. Call the final witness to the stand, Detective Darian Crescent. Name and occupation, please. Darian Crescent, Detective, Criminal Affairs Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division for those of you who didn't know. And I'm a guitarist for the Gaviners. Maybe you heard of us? Do you fully understand the circumstances under which you stand before us today? Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here. The situation's changed, Darian. And don't call me partner. Pfeh, so much for old friends. I see what you're doing, Darian. You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial. Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. You may begin your response to Lamoureux's testimony, if in fact you have anything to say about it. Oh, I got plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Borginia. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Ha! Conventional methods are out the window, huh? Here goes nothing. The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots, as if. Didn't Detective Emma Sky hear those gunshots during the third set anyway? The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. So you claim Lamoureux's testimony was a lie. Hey, don't get me wrong, I dig what she's doing, trying to protect that kid. And she's got the court eating vague statements out of her hand just because she's blind. You go too far, Darian. Look, all I'm saying is you got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? Detective Sky? I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. He didn't waste any time finding our weak spot. I can't do this with Lamoureux's testimony alone. I'll have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place. The diva's lying, plain and simple. In the first place, she never heard my voice. You never talked to her even though you were playing in the same concert? Not a word, as far as I can recall. But weren't there planning sessions or something? Gavin took care of all that himself. Darian wasn't involved in any of the meetings with her. As if you can just go around remembering everyone's voice like that anyway. Only an idiot would believe that. Lamoureux's hearing is very sensitive. She could remember him if she heard him, I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it. And I need proof. She forgot the words because she heard the gunshot, as if. We know she mixed the words. The mixing board proves it. Oh yeah, there was a mistake. But blaming it on gunshots is just a lame excuse. What do you mean? The mixing board proves what? It proves there was a mistake in the song, a missed cue. So she just flubbed it up big time, that's all. She spins the story about a gunshot to protect the kid and cover for her own goof. Man, I'd have to hand it to her if she wasn't sticking it to me at the same time. Darian, watch what you say. Lammermoor is an artist. She just flubbed it up. That's no small accusation for a performer of her caliber. Heh, she got to you all right. I can see it in your eyes. I tell you, most of her stuff is so pretentious, it's way over my head. I'm detecting a rift in the Governor's ranks. Anyway, she's too close to the defendant. Her testimony can't be trusted. You asked me, I'd go with Detective Sky's story at the drop of a pick. Didn't Detective Sky hear those gunshots during the third set anyway? Actually, I was there too. So I hear. Which means you heard them too, right? The gunshots. Yes. We heard gunshots. Neither I nor Emma actually saw the shooting, mind you. Heh. I guess you and Lammermoor got the same excuse then. We know one thing for certain here. There were gunshot-like sounds that emanated from that room during the third set. What we must determine is whether those sounds were actually gunshots. Machi heard them too. Remember, he said he ran for the air duct when he heard them. So how do we figure out what those gunshots were doing? Or what they were? The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. That could have been when the shooter wanted us to think. I'll tell you what the shooter, that kid, wants you to think. He wants you to think the diva had me in that room. I'm back to relying on Lammermoor's testimony. As much as I'm enjoying the Darian and Forehead show, there's no need for such tempers. Don't make us into some comedy duo. That means the Gavin and Darian show's canceled. Neither of your claims can be proven or disproven. We could argue for days like this and get nowhere. Prosecutor Gavin is quite white. This court will hear no further discussion on this topic without new facts. New facts, huh? Yeah, because their testimony is basically our entire case. This is tough, so what do we do? I just need to find another way to prove it didn't happen when it said he did. You don't have any proof that she was lying. Oh yeah, kid? You saying I lied? No, I'm just saying, Apollo, glare back at him. Couldn't help it, I flinched by reflex. Detective Crescent. Yeah, what do you want? Nothing. Apollo, chin up, back straight, you're wilting. This guy's hard as nails. He makes Wacky look downright cooperative. Look, there's no way the diva remembers my voice. She forgot the words as if. The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. Have some backbone, that's right, Blue Ace. Found at the crime scene. Is there anything to examine here? So, you think this was some kind of firecracker? Or one of those noisemakers? You know in China they use firecrackers on New Year's to scare off evil? It's kind of the same thing. No idea. Well, it takes more than 500 peanuts to make one 12-ounce jar of peanut butter. Did she hear those gunshots during the third set anyway? What if the gunshot was this firecracker? There we go. Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. What things? The first was this small device. That's the remote-triggered igniter. Correct. And one more thing. What are those? The remains of something burnt? Not another guitar, I hope. Traces of gunpowder were found on those fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker. Eh? How did Gavin know about this? What, you think Detective Sky works for you? I received the report this morning before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually. I registered Darian as a witness in today's trial, just in case. That raises another possibility. Yeah, getting some good stocks. Think about how much it takes. 500 peanuts is a lot of peanuts to make peanut butter. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set could have been those two firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control. Ha! You got an active imagination, don't you? But you shouldn't go saying every little thing you think. Your explanation there seems a little too convenient for me. So you're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off right when the two witnesses came walking by? That's right, Darren was out on stage when it happened, Apollo. How would he know someone was backstage? If a firecracker goes off in the middle of the forest and there's no one there to hear, you get my drift? Why go through the trouble, man? How do I explain this? He may not look like it, but Darien is a gifted detective. Show any weakness and he's sure to find it. He may not look like a partner. Gee, thanks, man. That reminds me. I happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself, and I saw something odd just before the third set. Something odd. A headset. The kind all the band and staff members were wearing. On the floor. That's right, we picked this up in front of the door to that dressing room. What if that headset wasn't dropped but placed, and what if it was turned on? You could hear what was going on in the hallway, even if you were on stage. Fair. Whose side are you on, Gavin? Listen to me, Darian, there are no sides in a court of law. Which is why I now turn to you, Hair Forehead. I've got a question for you. For me? The igniter and the burnt fragments that were found at the scene of the crime is certainly a possibility that they were part of a ruse to fake the sound of gunshots. Throw the headset from the hallway in the mix and you can fabricate an alibi. But we're still no closer to proving anything. Those gunshots might have been real or fake, we can't say. You've raised the possibility that the shots heard during the third set were faked. Now you need to prove the other half of the case. Look, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove the thing went down in the second act, while our little piano player was on stage. That's right, Gavin? Indeed. If you can't prove that, then to continue this cross-examine, we'll be pointless. Can you prove the crime took place during the second set? You better know, Apollo, otherwise we're through. It can be proven. You make it sound like someone else is going to come along and do it for you. Let's continue with the cross-examination then, shall we? Witness your testimony if you would. I'll need some decisive proof and fast. Heh, you ready, kid? 'Cause I am. The shooting took place during the second set. If you're so sure, let's see your proof. But the gunshots... What? Some kind of setup? I heard that one before. We need proof, Apollo. We need to prove the shooting took place during the second set. Maybe the gunshots are the key after all. Well, Lamoureux said she heard them, right? Right in the middle of her illusion when she was up above the ceiling. When she forgot the words to the song. If you can prove the gun was there, we'll be home free, I think. Not easy but true. Is there some way to prove that? Let's take a look through our evidence. Maybe there's something in there. Hey, aren't you supposed to be cross-examining me? Try to refrain from private discussions, Mr. Justice. Just let me take a quick look through the court record. Family drama, I'm sorry to hear that. Yes, unfunny. This is some pretty intense stuff. We're accusing this detective of murder. We basically figured out that here, I'll show you right. I'll just show you right now. That'll explain it better. It seems there was a clear proof left behind, right here in Lamoureux's song. Her song. What exactly is this device thing? A new variety of gramophone, perhaps? Come on, we just used this, and don't get me started on gramophone. This device was used to record the performance part by part. You move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately, Lamoureux's voice included. Ho-ho! But what does this prove? According to Lamoureux's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song. Ah, you intend to examine the recording at that moment, yeah? We might even hear those gunshots. Exactly. Ha! Ridiculous. Oh, look at him sweating bullets. What are you supposed to hear gunshots back in that dressing room out there on the stage? Have you forgotten, Darian? We were all wearing these headsets. Oh. We were all deeply involved in our performance, but Lamoureux's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same. Then let's just get to analyzing the recording right now. Lamoureux stopped singing when she heard the shots fired. Find the spot and I'll find the gunshot. Okay, I think I gotta turn down. So basically, this is pretty crazy because we thought the shooting took place when Apollo heard the shots, but it's seeming like it was fabricated. Did you hear that? Oh my gosh, that was right there, right? Your Honor, listen closer to this part. This is the track with Lamoureux's vocals. I did hear something faintly there, yes. Why, it sounded like a gunshot. What? That has to be some kind of mistake. I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set, which means Lamoureux's testimony was true. Gah! Order! So she was telling the truth about what she heard. It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche. It's over. Press the switch now. Just after that, there was a gunshot, and then the guitar caught on fire. Detective Crescent, you weren't on stage during the second set. You could have done it. But why do we only hear one gunshot on the recording? Weren't 2 bullets fired from this weapon? Lamoureux was moving through the air vent, Your Honor. She must not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. But then, as she passed over the dressing room... Do you mean Detective Conan, Blue Ace? I've actually never seen Detective Conan. The gun fired again and Mr. Latouche's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescent? Once again, I'm reminded of something. Our performance that day. Seeing the mixing board jogged my memory. You were there too, Herr Forehead. What is it with today? Problem after problem, Actung. My hog won't start, my guitar case is busted, my guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it off, someone's dead. And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. Second guitar. It was you, Darian! I thought it was strange at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you, I know how you play, you're better than that. Yeah, well, You what? And Prosecutor Gavin, what are you getting at? I'm talking about the murder weapon, Mr. Latouche's .45 caliber hand cannon. As we've learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder if you're an amateur. Wait! You mean his playing was affected because he hurt himself shooting that revolver? You're forgetting something. I'm a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearms training, plenty of it. I'm no amateur. The standard sidearm issued to police officers is your .38 caliber weapon, a much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Latouche, which suggests there was a struggle between killer and victim. So the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean? The thought had occurred to me, yes. Well, does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescent! What I want to ask is why Mr. Sleeves rolled up ready for action has to say. Hey, you, attorney. Me? Exactly which piece of your evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on a tape that could be anything. And you have an alleged guitar cue due to a .45 caliber kickback. I weep for this case, Gavin, I really do. You can line up all your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager, and that's the obvious truth. The witness has a point. The defense's arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. Your testimony, please. Tell us the reasons why you couldn't have done it. Proof of innocence. Come on! Why would I even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. It was that diva's first trip to the country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? A simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin. Is it the case that Mr. Latouche had not been to our country before? According to our records, yes, not even once. I see, very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. Great, now we need to find a motive. Well, they work in the same criminal departments. Got no motive. Well, that's the same for Machi. No motive was proven for him. Come on, he traveled around the world with that old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive on his own. More than I sure did. I mean, think about it. This was that diva's first trip to the country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? So you didn't fraternize with him at all during the concert? Fraternize? Huh. I don't think we exchanged a single word. As if anyone would want to talk to that old Eastern blockhead. Now the ladies, that's a different matter altogether. So you see. If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? You sure about that? What? What? Wipe that look off your face before I do it for you. Listen, you try throwing out one of your wild accusations, I'll throw it back at you so hard you'll forget who's accusing you of what. Here, forehead, perhaps it's best if you let your evidence do the talking, yeah? Man, what evidence? That's what I want to know. So he's using this motive to question as ammunition, huh? Well, I got ammunition too. How could I possibly know her manager? I've got to find which of the evidence... How could he have known him? I get that they work in the same department. Doesn't mention the lyrics of Lamora's ballad. It's the Interpol stuff. So maybe it's the crime scene itself? Objection! Yikes. Hey! Hey, I don't like that word. Too bad. Car. How are you? How are you, Cal? Where is it, Kai? I'm sorry, it's Kai the Firebird. Hello, welcome in. Nice to meet you. Here, let's keep pressing. Her manager, sure, but Mr. Latouche was... Oh, right, sorry. An Interpol agent, wasn't he? I just have trouble picturing that big lunk as an undercover detective, you know? And not a very good one. Okay, should not be laughing. That's cold, dog. Not that it matters either way. See, I had no reason to kill the man, whatever he was. You want a reason? I got no motive. How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? Okay, I gotta figure out which of these statements is the best one for it, too. How could you possibly know him? Why would I want to kill him? I get it. They worked in Interpol together. I mean, it's probably related to the cocoon. Maybe there's something in the newspaper. No. Is it the replica? Sent from Borginia, burned the night of the concert. I mean, certainly the crime scene, the fact... They'd have to know he was an Interpol agent to... Right, I feel like the crime photo is the issue here. Her manager, the guy who died, was this guy right here, this big lug right here. Mr. Latouche. Big boy. Age 35. Revolver. I feel like it's got to be this. The fact that someone, but yeah, I just don't have anything that talks about how could he possibly know the manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? Yikes. I thought I did this one already, maybe. I'm thinking we gotta take a leap of logic with the cocoon. Also, let's save real quick. Oh, whoops. Did not save. Kai, what are your favorite Ace Attorney characters and favorite cases? I think this case is actually really good. Most Ace Attorneys, the second to last case is like kind of whatever, but this one's actually really good, I think. Replica of a cocoon. I got no motive. I'm gonna keep pressing the crime scene. No, I guess not. I keep thinking this is the right way to go, but yeah, maybe we gotta make a leap of logic here. The newspaper, it talks about, there's one that talks about the Chief Justice's son, who's got the first case in the country of incuritis. And there's a newspaper that talks about Borginia. Articles about the case. Maybe it really is about the replica. Burn the night of the concerts. Yeah, if you have an idea, Clinton, what do you think? What do you think, Clinton? The Borginia newspaper has a photo of the guy. That's true, but do you think that the Borginia newspaper, does that matter? Because does that? I'm not sure how that matters with Crescent. You're thinking he would have known the guy from the newspaper, but. Did the guy have a chance to read it? Maybe. Would he have had a chance to read it? But is he talking about anything? The diva's first trip to the country. If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? Let me press a little more, because I'm not sure that... You think the newspaper... Did he have a chance to read the newspaper? But I don't know, the newspaper doesn't talk about the cocoon, though, I don't think. Because to me, it's so annoying, because I feel like the fact that this crime scene had an Interpol number wiped away is the biggest clue there is. Interpol agent. Okay, I'm gonna keep pressing a little bit. Got no motive. Same for Machi. How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? Okay, I feel like this is it. Yeah, maybe we should... Yeah, maybe we should just do the cocoon. The cocoon is definitely the most, like... It's probably the craziest thing. So maybe it's the fact... and actually, this might not be that big of a leap of logic, that Interpol was interested in the replica. There we go. Yep, good job. Good job, Clinton. It makes sense. It's like a bit of a jump, but not that big of a jump. It does make sense. I like a good job. Looks like candy. It's not. Don't lick it, please. Detective Crescent. Ever seen this? Looks like a piece of candy. What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It was found among the victim's belongings. It's a variety only found in the Republic of Borginia. What is this cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? It does. I mean, I think it does. You don't sound so confident, man. A cocoon, is it one of those silky cocoons? The kind that you can make, well, silk out of? Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative. A curative for what? Apparently it is most efficacious at treating a disease thought incurable. To hatch into a beautiful butterfly, yes. It is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Borginia. Whatever for? If it's such a miracle, why not share it with the world? We looked in the matter at some length. Apparently it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy. Yet if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact. What? There was an incident several years ago where some of those got out in the black market. It caused quite a commotion in the global community, though the media was kept largely unaware. All this has led to a strict ban on the cocoon's export, one rigidly enforced by Interpol among others. Right, the victim Romain Latouche was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescent, you insist on referring to him as a manager, but that is misleading. Romain Latouche wasn't killed as a manager, he was killed as an undercover agent. So I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country? That what you're trying to say? I'm saying that could very well be a motive for murder. Oh, so I was gonna sell it in the black market, make myself a pretty penny? Ridiculous, I mean totally unthinkable. Unthinkable, you say, why? Perhaps it's time for another testimony about the smuggling of cocoons business. International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market, too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in international affairs, I know the deal. Indeed. Interpol wanted these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Latouche undercover. You kids think of the craziest things, but no way am I going to risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money. Not the most noblest statements, but duly noted. According to reports, these cocoons top Interpol's list. Selling them to an underground organization would be risky. This is the only motive I've got. Certainly the Chief Justice and his son is a big one. We got a memo about these cocoons. They're all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market. Cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. But wouldn't scarcity drive up prices? Yeah, and attention. Every gangster and his brother would want a piece of that action. They'd turn your forehead into Swiss cheese before you could say objection. Maybe we could get him to cut his hair too. Who's on trial here again? Man, you so obviously know nothing about the market. And that's a bad thing. Don't even try to mess with me about this stuff. I'm in international affairs, I know the deal. Which is why you know how to find a loophole in the system. Hey, you can say what you want about me, but back off international affairs. There ain't no loopholes, okay? What do you think we are, Boy Scouts? Down, Darian. It's as you say. There are no loopholes, at least in the case of these cocoons. International affairs, Interpol, and Borginian customs are all watching. See? We know what we're doing. Not like some yipping little doggies that lap up every word that diva says. Why I oughta. Oughta what? You want some of this? Chill, both of you. Let's do this cool, yeah? Screw cool, I want this guy's head on a stick. The replica has to be the key to his motive. There's gotta be a way to find out what he was up to. Got a memo. That memo, that's how you knew about the cocoons. Oh, nice one, nice one. I'm running scared now. You had to know about them to plan this. Just how well known are these? I'm a bit embarrassed to admit it, but I've never heard of them. Well, Lammeror knew about them, though not about their use. Everyone in Interpol too, for that matter. Interpol's all hot and bothered about him. So there are other Interpol agents like Mr. Latouche. All over the world, likely. Deep undercover, most of them. That's why these cocoons are too hot for the black market. They don't want Interpol sniffing through your wares. Most came to the conclusion that you can't sell them. It's too dangerous. Dangerous? Yeah, Interpol finds you, they arrest you on the spot. Or another marketeer might think you're part of a sting and take you out himself. Things have changed. I feel like this is important. Can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Can't sell them on the black market. It ain't exactly lucrative anymore. There we go. We got him. Why not choose a less dangerous buyer, then? I would. How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. The second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my keister goodbye. Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this? That article! That's about the Chief Justice. A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon, but so can a cure. A cure for incuritis. Why, that's a disease the Chief Justice's son has. You aren't saying. Our witness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice. You are saying the Chief Justice would never deal in contraband. Not even to save his son's life? But even if the deal went through, why'd it be an international scandal? That's Detective Crescent's insurance. If word ever got out, the one with his neck on the line would be the Chief Justice. Detective Crescent, is this true? First, I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler. How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyway? Distasteful as it is to think about if the Chief Justice were the buyer. Why, a seller couldn't hope for a better deal. A very cowardly seller. Don't let sleeves over there trick you. So I made a deal with the Chief Justice? Where's your proof? Well... Oh yeah, and you're forgetting one important thing. Interpol isn't the only one out there watching this. Borginian Customs barely sleeps. They're so worried about the cocoons getting out. So we were informed. Let's continue with the cross-examination. Borginian Customs is very thorough. Everything and everyone gets checked. Oh yeah? What about a guitar? What about the guitar? How strict is the customs check? Way strict. They keep planes on the ground for hours. I do recall it being a bit extreme. They were even confiscating gumdrops and marshmallows. It'd be hard to distinguish them. Gavin was in Borginia, wasn't he? I remember setting up the metal detector several times. I had to practically strip naked to walk through. Here's a travel tip for you. Leave the bling at home, you glimmerous fop. Cocoon possession will get you arrested on the spot and then sentenced to death. Gotta be the guitar. Yep, there we go. Actually, there is one way. What? One way to get something out of the country, no checks. You become a prosecutor. A prosecutor? Ah! I don't believe it. Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. What was it you told me yesterday at the office? It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A gift befitting a woman like Lamoureux. How did it end up here? I mentioned how much I enjoyed it. She made a present of it. That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity. So we vacuum packed it in Lamoureux's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me. They brought it straight up to the office for me. Pristine and untouched. Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched? Quite. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets and vacuum packed in Borginia. It was untouched until the day of the concert. Are you saying that guitar was... With cocoons this small, it would have been very easy to use your guitar as a mule to smuggle a cocoon out of Borginia. Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin, that guitar had some work done on it recently, right? Good memory, Hair Forehead. Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It's called the sound hole. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside of it. A broken device of some sort. Yes, this in fact. An igniter. Exactly. Consider this, if you will. What if that igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside your guitar? He means this, of course. There was a way to get a cocoon out of the country. They could use Picky Prosecutor Gavin's privileged guitar as a mule. And who better to do that than someone with access? Like a member of the band. I like it. I agreed. Very good alliteration. So the igniter was placed in there for a clear reason, it seems. It was a safety precaution. Ah, hair forehead. At last, it all comes together. Every strange thing that happened that day. Care to review? Maestro. The general sounds of the ballad, if you will. First, my keys were stolen. A harmless misdemeanor, which forced me to break the lock on my guitar case. The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon. I see. But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Then the concert began. Right around this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler. Mr. Latouche. Mr. Latouche, an undercover agent, was onto something. He would have known about the guitar. He'd only have to check the shipping records. So Mr. Latouche tried to examine the guitar himself. If the cocoon were confiscated then, the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do would be to get rid of the whole lot. It's over. Press the switch, now. The guitar burst into flames and the cocoon was lost. Kirito, I don't even know how to begin. And then Mr. Latouche died, with Lamorar there to witness it. There's your case. Brilliant, man. I gotta know. You make up all that on the fly? For a made-up story, it makes a great deal of sense, Darian. The Republic of Borginia? Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there. True, you haven't. Let's see you make up a story for that, kid. How'd I hide the cocoon in the first place, huh? Not so hard to imagine. You had help. A Borginian accomplice, that's all. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Lamorar heard proves it. It's over. Press it now. You made this transmission from backstage, while your co-conspirator was on stage. This is it, the coup de grace. And for once, I know what I'm doing. There's only one person who could have helped him. It's the defendant, little Machi. Machi Tobey. Are you ready, Mr. Justice? Who was the smuggler's accomplice? Oh, I should really save here, huh? There's only one person who meets all the requirements of the accomplice. And that person is the defendant, Machi Tobey. But Mr. Justice, he's your client. A defense attorney accusing his client, that's a new one. I assure you, no one is more unhappy about it than I. But I'm here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Latouche, and I stand by my statement earlier that he's innocent of that particular crime. Indeed, the defendant is Borginian. He does meet the basic requirements to be the accomplice. But what if he was in fact Lamorar? It couldn't have been. Well, you seem sure of yourself. The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor. Recall that this remote only works on a range of 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless. Machi to Mocha. Or Mocha. When the shooter made his transmission, Lamorar was in the air vent right above the dressing room. Let's take a look at the stage diagram. This is the area that the remote could reach. Well, looking at this, it seems that Lamorar could still have done the deed. No. When the shooter made that transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here. It was in the middle of the guitar serenade. Part of the stage was raised. The stand-in were in the air. They were on a tower which happens to be 15 feet tall. In other words, the remote couldn't have worked from Lamorar's position in the air vents. Well, Detective Crescent, what do you say to that? Your Honor. Yes, Detective? Could we see the video where Gavin's guitar burns? Just one more time. What? Don't tell me he has a way out of this. See it kind of flickering a little bit. Too bad, so sad, punk. Punk! First you were sleeves, then kid, now punk. You're losing rank fast, Apollo. The problem isn't in what we see, correct, Arian? Right, it's what you hear. We are musicians, after all. Care to explain for us non-musicians? Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first. You're saying I ordered the wee pianist to set off the igniter? That right? Well, in order to do that, he'd have to press a switch. Am I right? Okay. Well, take another listen. Pay attention to the piano. Piano? He does have some good hair. He's got that, like, old Japanese, like, biker gang punk. The piano is one-handed. It's a less complicated melody. The piano sounded just fine. And that's the problem, man. You still don't get it? Yeah, how's he supposed to hit that switch if he's playing? You got Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums. The only one with her hands free was the Diva. But according to you, she couldn't have been the accomplice, could she? Your accomplice would have had a hard time helping out if they couldn't even press a switch. Piano plays non-stop. Bad ending. Oh boy. He couldn't have pressed that switch. Well, Mr. Justice, the piano does seem to be playing when the guitar catches fire. It's okay, we all make mistakes sometimes. Apollo, were you wrong? I can't be wrong, everything makes perfect sense. How could it all just... strange? What's strange? No, it's just... something's odd about the performance there. Odd. Mr. Justice, if Machitobe didn't press the switch, then he could not be the accomplice you claim he is. Every fact points that he's the accomplice. You got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar is on fire, but the pianist didn't press the switch. In other words, your story's full of holes. Let's have your final opinion. Was the defendant Machitobe the accomplice? Your answer will reflect on everything you've said here. Give it some thought. Apollo, if Machi's not the accomplice, then our whole case is ruined. He's the only one who could have helped the smuggler. There has to be something that doesn't fit. Something odd. Wait a second. What was Gavin saying just now? What's strange? No, it's just something's odd about the performance there. It's not much to go on, but it's all I got. What exactly did he hear that was odd? Have you come up with something, Mr. Justice? May I remind you that everything rests on this. Can you prove Machitobe pressed the switch? Let's hear your final answer. Can you prove it? I can. I don't know if you call this proof per se, but I can prove it was possible. Then as prosecutor would ask me to show you the supporting evidence, Hair Forehead. Accept it. There's no evidence, man. Let's see your evidence. The basis for my claim is music, Your Honor. Music? What about music? Let's listen to the piano part around the time the switch was to be played. I hear a piano being played. But, doesn't it sound kind of simple? Simple? I think I know what he's suggesting. You think Machi could have played that part with only one hand? One hand! He only needed one hand to press that switch. He could play the piano with the other. Ha! So what, you're some kind of piano savant? Actually no. Then what do you know? You can't play a part like that with one hand. Maybe. I don't know what I'm talking about here. Wait, I know. Hey, Trucy. You got something? Mr. Wright, your father, he's a pianist. Could he... Oh, Daddy? He couldn't play a part like that even if he had 3 hands. So sorry. So sad for you. No, not really. Huh? That was just the easy way to prove it. There's always the hard way. Man, how are you going to prove whether he played it with one hand or 2? You can't. I admit it will be rather difficult to prove, but it's highly likely he was playing with one hand. The clue is what Prosecutor Gavin described as sounding odd. What sounded odd? I'll bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song. No way. Well, it seems we've come to the moment of truth at last. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say for himself. Show us the part that proves the defendant was playing with one hand, right before the guitar burst into flames. He was definitely playing one-handed just before the guitar caught on fire, and this one section proves it. I think it becomes more complicated. We gotta wait. Or maybe the front, maybe the earliest part was two-handed. Okay, that sounded way more complicated, didn't it? That's the section? I'm afraid I don't hear it. What's your opinion as an artist, Prosecutor Gavin? It's a beautiful song and the lyrics are outstanding. Alright, there isn't a problem with the section. Oh, good night to you, Sid! We're almost done with this. I think. Oh, I didn't get a penalty. Okay. Suppose we don't have a choice. Very well. Okay, so maybe it's the first part. See, that was kind of more complicated too, wasn't it? Is that what I'm supposed to present? Or maybe I messed up with the other part. Hold up, I don't know if that's right. Okay. Prosecutor Gavin, I'm sure you realized by now just what it was that sounded odd to you. As I'm sure you've realized it yourself here, Floorhead. I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the part in question again, shall we? Pay particular attention to the but a fleeting melody. I like that. Look at that. They're actually acting like a team, aren't they? Man. How many times do I have to listen to the same thing? You're right. Enough of that. Let's listen to another section, shall we? The guitar bursts into flames at the end of the second verse. Let's listen to that same spot in the first one. Pay attention to, oh, that night in your embrace. You know what's funny? I think he, as a person, I think he just kind of wants the truth. And as much as he hates, like, as much as he would want his friend to be innocent, I think part of him wants, like, justice to be carried out. I think he realizes that his friend was the killer. Play verse 2 again! They feel the same truth, but they're clearly very different. Well put, Your Honor. The phrase in verse 2 is quite simple, but the same phrase in verse 1 has a high and low note. You'd have to use 2 hands to play that for sure. Ugh! What's that prove? I would think you'd know that by now. This is why I hate dealing with amateurs, man. So the 2 verses had different arrangements. Happens all the time. Not this time, Darian. There's no point in changing an arrangement if you can't hear it clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had him play specifically so the piano would stay in the background. That was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different, I asked myself. Now ask yourself why Machi changed how he played. And there's only one answer. He needed a free hand in order to press the switch. Bring out Machi. Bring out Machi. This is true, Sleazy. I believe this ties all the facts together. Well, Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, quite. Though personally this comes as a terrible disappointment. Heh. No comeback? I can't believe it. I finally did it. I shut him up. Very well. Barring an objection from the prosecution, I shall now state the court's opinion on the matter. Heh. Good show, Sleeves. No, great show. It's not over. I don't like it when he looks so happy. You can tell him, Gavin. Tell him what's so disappointing. Personally, I'm terribly disappointed. In you, Hair Forehead. Huh? Me? Yeah, don't get me wrong. Your case is solid. The facts I'll check out, but even now, you've yet to show us a single piece of decisive evidence. Yeah, but the facts. Anyone can see it was him. Unfortunately, anyone does not include the law. I'm afraid your case doesn't cut it. But, 1,000 facts might point toward the same conclusion, but without decisive evidence, it's not proof. That's the rule under our current legal system. I don't believe it. It does not seem as though the defense has any more evidence to present. Oh, I think if he did, he would have shown it a long way back. But at present, this court is unable to acknowledge your accusation. One of the angry beavers. It's been a minute since I thought about that show. The truth is staring us all right in the face. Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals? Apollo, remember what Daddy said? It won't be easy proving he did it, especially not under the current court system. And like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Every man has an igniter inside of him. Find Darian Crescent's igniter and set it off. I wonder what he meant by every man's igniter. I think it just meant a weak spot, no? The kind of thing that a single spark could turn into a wildfire of emotion. I won't be able to press him further by conventional means. I've got to find a weak spot in this guy, something fatal. So can I get back to work now or what? I may look like I got a lot of time on my hands, but I got no more time to play pretend with this deadweight attorney. Well, Mr. Justice, we've come this far without decisive evidence. The witness won't be coming back to the stand once we let him go. Every man has an igniter. Didn't you say the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin? Yes. Good guitars are kept dry, that's why. They provide the best sound. Even a small spark could cause irreparable damage. Your plan has an igniter in it too, Detective. It was there from the very beginning. What? Fighting time, Justice, if you blow this one. He'll be out of your hands for good. Go for it, Apollo. What, and this igniter's supposed to come and burn me up? That's almost poetic there, Mr. Attorney. All the better. I'm rather fond of poetry, and I intend to hear this one through to the very end. Hair Forehead, you are accusing this man, Darian Crescent, of 2 crimes. The murder of Mr. Latouche and the smuggling of a Borginian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case. The trial has already run on for far too long. Mr. Justice, this will be my last warning. The moment this igniter of yours turns out to be a dud is the moment this cross-examination ends. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Then let's have at it. Show us the basis for these accusations against him. Let's save. We need to save. Definitely need to save. Okay, this is really my last chance. The key that will take apart Darian Crescent's plan is... Your igniter isn't a piece of evidence. It's true that I couldn't show decisive evidence, but perhaps what I needed to prove my case was something else. You mean a witness? This is true, Resident. I got just the person to do it. Very well, Mr. Justice. Who is this person who can prove Darien Crescent's guilt? The one person who can prove it is the defendant, Machi Tobei. Your client again! Machi Tobei was an accomplice to the cocoon smuggling plot. Without him, Darien Crescent could not have gotten the cocoon. Furthermore, he can easily prove that the one who plotted to smuggle it is the real criminal in this case. How so? It would require just one of the very cocoons Mr. Latouche was looking for. With the cooperation of the Republic of Borginia, we could burn a cocoon. The burnt cocoon would leave a particular residue. A residue we would no doubt also find inside the burnt-out guitar. Very scientific of you. Yes, if Machi Tobei agrees and acknowledges his agreement concerning the attempted smuggling of a Borginian cocoon, the case is solved. Darian's laughing again. Your unrelenting passion is remarkable. You really want to get me, don't you? Too bad you'll never be able to. That little key tickler won't acknowledge anything, especially not anything to do with cocoon smuggling. Taking a cocoon out of the country means death, by Borginian law. Yeah, see? If our pianist really was a smuggler, then testifying about it would be suicide. Believe me, he's not talking. But you're wrong, Detective Crescent. What? It's the other way around. If Machi doesn't admit to smuggling here, he's in deep trouble. Huh? How? Look, if Machi admits to smuggling here, then he'll be tried in our courts by our laws. You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country. The victim in this case was an undercover Interpol agent. I'm sure that news has already reached Borginia, and they'll likely broadcast our dealings in court today, including the part about the Borginian cocoon. Yeah, but... But if Machi doesn't admit to smuggling now, he'll eventually get picked up by the Borginian police. And it's not like he's in any danger in our court. We're not going to find him guilty of murder here. Not now. Yeah, but you can't do this. You can't accuse me. Maybe the law doesn't allow it, but who's going to think you're really innocent after hearing this trial? The same goes for Machi Tobei. The cocoon smuggling, your entire plan, Machi Tobei knows everything. There's only one way to get it out of him, and that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling. Heh. Don't worry there. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up someplace. A hidden mansion. Real nice. You want a house made out of cookies? Or no, a house made out of pianos? Come on. Please! Don't take! Darien. I consider that my last session with you. We rocked. I'm guessing we can treat that outburst as a confession? Uh-oh, he's laughing again. There's a kind of sick desperation in it now, though. I love it. The double clip was great. That was perfect retro. Well, have you been listening to today's trial? Yes. And you'll talk. You'll tell the court everything. I didn't want it to turn out this way, but I'm not the kind of lawyer that can overlook a crime. Today's trial was all for your benefit, you know. I see no reason why you should hesitate now. I knew, from beginning I knew. Machi. Situation, I cannot explain, but money, I needed. Very much money. Today's trial raises a delicate issue within our legal system. The only thing definite in a court of law is evidence. That is the golden rule. However, it has become apparent that not all things can be tried by this standard. Should another case of this sort surface, we may have to consider an alternate system by which to administer justice. Anyway, Mr. Machi Tobe, I promise you will receive a fair trial by the laws of our country, and with regards to the current charges for murder, this court is prepared to announce a verdict. I thank you. I only lie, but you see truth. You find the truth. That's our job. Very well. The court finds the defendant, Machi Tobe, not guilty. Court is adjourned. I wonder what'll happen to Machi. Well, he did smuggle a cocoon out of Borginia. I guess there'll be another trial here. All's well that ends well. Daddy! I owe you both my thanks. Lamarar. Mai, is something wrong? I'm so sorry, Machi was your partner on stage, your friend. Yes, I thought of him as my own son. Even now I do, yet something got a hold of him, something evil, I see that. And he must pay for what he has done. Is that not how it should be? I'm still sorry. Do not be sorry, you have given me courage. Courage? I am considering an eye operation. It was my suggestion, actually. You mean, you'll be able to see again? It's funny. I've always been afraid of the light. Light seems so harsh, so unforgiving. According to the doctor, Lamoror lost her sight due to some kind of accident. As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that if I could see, perhaps it would open my eye to the truth I've been running from. I was scared. You know what changed her mind? Hearing your defense in there today. She could feel your gaze, unwavering, always looking straight at the truth. If the light returns to my eyes, I think I will take up painting. That's right! She's the landscape painter in sound, after all. I will paint the two of you, I promise. Woohoo! I can't wait, Lamoror! I owe you my thanks too, Apollo. Thanks, Mr. Wright, but for what? You reminded me that I need to hurry things along. On my secret mission, that is. Right, your secret mission. Apollo, Trucy. I hope that we'll meet again someday soon. You bet. Me too. And so, like a ballad, the trial flowed on and on until it came to an end. Thanks to the trial, the guitar serenade was a huge hit. Prosecutor Gavin's even more dazzling to look at now. But there's something I want to say to that guy. Next time you write a ballad, have them catch the killer at the end. That's cute. Gosh, that's so cute. I actually got kind of emotional seeing Machi's eyes. That was really cute. That, like, really pure look on his face. He needed that money. Alright, folks. Well, that was long and good. And this is going to be the final case, which we will start, I guess, tomorrow. Let me go ending right here. Hope everyone had a fun time tonight. We had a little Animal Crossing. We had a little Apollo Justice. Really good. Yeah, that was cute. I'm glad we got to see a bit of the ending. Glad I got to see a bit of that ending. Hope you guys all had a wonderful Friday night. We'll continue more of it this weekend. Good night to you, Blue Ace. Good night, Kirito. Who else? Good night, Retro. Good night, Sleazy. Let's see. Good night, Clinton. I think I said Blue Ace already. Good night, Unfunny. Good night, Sid already. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Back to grinding custom style. Oh no, custom style grinding. I'm with you, Blue Ace. That's rough. That's some rough stuff. Anyway, peace out, everybody. Have a good rest of your evening. We'll see you the rest of this weekend, and catch you later. What's the general dummy operation? What's